All right, welcome everybody. You're watching live or you're watching the recording. Great to have you here. This is Civ4 AI Survivor Season 4, Game 8. It is the last game of the opening round. And we're going to be moving on next week to the wildcard game and then on to the playoffs after that. So let's take a quick look at our map here, shall we? Our typical Pangea, I don't think this one looks like anything in particular, but you've got 7 civs kind of distributed more or less evenly around the outskirts of the terrain. As far as who our leaders are, our Pool 1 leader in this game is Stalin. He is the reigning champion of Civ4 AI Survivor. He won Season 3. Pretty surprising, was not really a leader we were expecting to do very much, but he dominated last year's competition in, frankly, shocking fashion. And we'll see if he's able to do that again this year in Season 4. Our Pool 2 leader, the only other seeded leader in this game, is Pericles. Pericles is one of the best leaders in the game at pursuing a cultural victory. When he has won in the past, it has been by cultural stuff. And that's probably his best route to winning this game. He also has a really nice capital here, just gorgeous capital. Sometimes they come out better than others. Our other leaders from west to east along this continent, we have Hannibal of the Carthaginians, we have Ramses of the Egyptians, we have Lincoln of the Americans, we have Ragnar of the Vikings, and then finally we have Hammurabi of the Babylonians. And we've shifted the color of Pericles and Hammurabi to try and make it so we have colors that are distinguished. I will put out just one quick announcement before we get started. If anyone out there is a big map maker for Civ 4, if you're interested in designing a map for the championship game, I'd be interested in hearing from you. I will mention this as well in the forum threads at Realms Beyond, but I'm interested in having someone work with me to put together a new map for the championship game. The one I've done in the past is okay, but I think we can do better. And now's the time to start thinking about that while we still got some time before we actually get to the championship. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started. So one of the things we said before this game was it's really hard to know who is going to found religions in this game because none of these civs start with mysticism as a tech. And right now, the civs that are going for mysticism appear to be Stalin and Ramses. And that's kind of interesting. So those are the two who seem to be going for that. Also, Hannibal and Lincoln already have score increases. They must have popped techs already. Hannibal has popped sailing from a hut. And Lincoln has also popped sailing for a hut. Well, more valuable for Hannibal since he actually has a coastal start there. Maybe he'll start a lighthouse in his capital next. Anyway, the other thing is we want to see where they are sending their settlers. So wherever you see the little archer symbol on the minimap is where they are sending their settler, except for Hammurabi, who has bowmen instead of normal archers. So nobody's found it yet, but you can see where they're moving south, moving east. Hannibal's heading north. Lincoln, okay, so here's something that is significant. Lincoln is heading east. So that's going to leave Stalin with more space. Look, he's got a lot of territory. And Ramses also not heading south. He's heading east towards Pericles. So early sign good for Stalin, who is the favorite to win this game. All right, let's see where they've actually gone ahead and picked their cities, shall we? We've got 2 of them founded so far. Stalin has gone in the floodplains. I wouldn't say this is a great city, but I wouldn't say it's terrible either. He narrowly misses this corn tile, though, which is pretty bad. Would have been better to put another tile east or something to get the corn. But he's got a bunch of resources, and floodplains are always pretty darn good. Pericles has gone southeast. It's good that he's going towards the center of the map. That's always a good direction to try and claim land. Not the greatest terrain. I guess he's got a plains cow and bananas eventually. Fairly weak spot in the early game. He narrowly misses this tile, and he can't share the copper at his capital either. Probably would have been better to put this like a tile west so we could actually share the cap. Well, he doesn't know the capital's there. He does not know the copper is there. Yeah, misses the rice, misses the gems. He can't see the copper in his defense. Hammurabi has apparently decided to claim no territory whatsoever. He has put it in a spot where it'll be pretty decent once it expands borders, because it's got the corn and the horses, but he is not creative, so it's going to be pretty lousy until he does that. I guess he really wanted that marble tile. Okay. One of the things that's important to do with early settlers is just to literally claim land, like put land underneath your borders, and he has claimed like no land whatsoever with this, which is not great. Ragnar is going towards the center of the map. Let's just go another turns. Oh wow, he's really going towards the center of the map. Jeez, I thought he was going to plant on this tile here. Nope, kept right on going. We've also seen Ramses make the play for polytheism, so he is almost certainly going to get that religion. Where else have we seen? All right, so Ramses, not bad. Grassland cow for food. Like, I wouldn't say this is exceptional or anything, but not bad. He'll also have floodplains once the borders expand. He's not creative either. Hannibal, okay. I guess this is all right. He planted on the silks. The problem is he has to expand borders now. Like, it'll be fine once it expands borders, but it is pretty silly not getting the ivory in the first ring of tiles. I guess he wanted to get the wheat tile. So, like, I understand the logic, but it's still kind of weird. He really should have set up the city in such a way that he gets the this within his initial ring of tiles. That said, though, he did smartly mine his sheep tile, so he gets a 1/4 resource tile, which is pretty good. Is he researching animal husbandry? No, going for archery in silly fashion. Okay. So we still need to have Lincoln and Ragnar plant their cities. All right, so Lincoln also went pretty far to the east. Now, I do like that he grabbed the ivory. That's pretty smart. But he doesn't have much food here. He's got a floodplains tile, and that's it. Ragnar went way down here into the jungle. Sadly, this city already has 2 unhealthiness just from the jungle. It's fairly weak. I mean, it's great long term, but it's not good. It's not good in the immediate future. It's also going to have pretty sizable maintenance costs for this early in the game. Like two gold maintenance is pretty sizable. Like, that's double what Stalin's paying, and this early in the game that does matter. Anyway, Stalin is going for meditation, so it looks like he and Ramses are going to split the early religions. Yeah, I don't know about this choice. That's just a really weird spot. Ideally for him would have been to plant 1, 2, 3. Yeah, ideally it would actually have been on this tile, because then you can share the clams from the capital and also work the gems. So, like, that would have been ideal, I think. But we'll see. It is the AI. Pink dot plant for sure. So let's advance a couple turns. Not much is going to happen until we see the first religions founded. So I guess Stalin gets the first religion. Okay. Kind of weird, but looks like he is going to get the first religion. And I guess he will pick Christianity. So he picked Hinduism. Okay. We do have choose religions on, so Stalin picking Hinduism over Christianity is pretty bizarre. All right. Whatever floats your boat, buddy. So he did get that. And then Ramses is going to get the other one here, because no one else is in competition. So he will pick Islam. Okay. I guess that makes sense for Egypt. So he's going to get the holy city culture popping out here, just as Stalin already got it from this city. I mean, long term, this is a good city for Stalin, right? Because he's got a lot of floodplains. It's a good place to have a holy city, because his culture is going to pop out all over the place. Am I sure that Choose Religions is on? Well, sure looks like it, because we just had Islam. All right, so let's do our other thing we try to look at is who's actually managing their capitals correctly. That pop of sailing tech is pretty nice for Hannibal, because he gets the lighthouse here in his capital, and that really does help him with the crabs resource. So yeah, working these 2 tiles. What's the other tile he's researching? He's size 3. He's got to be working another tile. I don't know. Where is the other tile he's working here? Oh, well, we'll see it sooner or later. So Hannibal, off to a good start, managing his capital pretty well. Stalin, similarly, he's improved his wet corn. He's improved his ivory. Doing a good job there. Off to a good start. Similarly, good stuff here. Like, this is maybe a little high on food. Well, I guess for a worker, it doesn't matter. Yeah, he just needs to get mining and improve his gold tile. And then he's off to a good start as well. How about Pericles? No, not a good start, Pericles. Not doing a good job. I guess he connected the gold tile, so there is that. But he hasn't connected his 5 food corn resource. That's pretty bad. How about Lincoln? He's connected his corn, and that's it. Okay. Could be better. He needs to go for animal husbandry really badly. Why is he not going for animal husbandry? That is clearly the tech he needs at the start. Why is he going for pottery? He has double animal husbandry resources here. Anyway, not great. This is what you don't want to see. Look at Babylon. No resource tiles improved at all. He's going to be off to a very slow start. And Ragnar has connected 2 of his food resources, and he's getting the 3rd. Okay, I guess that's fine for him. So yeah, some of these leaders are clearly doing better than others. Yeah, Pericles does have agriculture. He just finished it. So I guess he'll probably connect that next. Anyway. All right, so let's go on. Next thing we'll look for is who gets their next settlers out. Ramses converts to his religion. Okay. That's a worker. That's not a settler out, is it? No. So a lot of these archers you're seeing are just workers, not actual settlers being finished. The AI is kind of predictable. They like all build workers at the same time. And some of them love to get those barracks done. Who's closest to getting a settler finished? I think it's Lincoln. Wow. Okay. Well, good for Lincoln. He's going to be the first one to finish the settler, so we can track where this one goes. Yep. Philly D was on it. Let's see. All right. So he's going west. That's the direction he needs to go. That or north. Not sending it down into the tundra, which would be a waste. So it looks like he is going to be in contention with Stalin. Now, Stalin's holy city is over here, so there'll be some pressure in terms of culture on wherever he plants. This is, let's see, this is probably the ideal tile right there. A couple of civs are finishing bronze working too, like Pericles finished it, Hannibal finished it. All right, so that is, he went on the spot I expected. Good city, if he can hold it. There's going to be definite border tension with Stalin's holy city here, but if he can hold it, good stuff. Also, Stalin is already on an early Stonehenge. He does like wonders, Stalin. He needs to stop working this tile and work this tile if he wants to get Stonehenge. Let's see if anyone else is on an early wonder. We should have some more settlers out on the map by now, too. So Stalin's got a settler out. No, worker. Excuse me, I thought he had a settler out. Just 2 workers there. Anyone else have a settler moving around? Nope, I don't think so. Lincoln was clearly the first there. Good start for Lincoln. We need to see Lincoln adopt slavery. I mean, he will. All the AIs do. Even though it seems counterintuitive for him. Stalin does seem like he's probably going to get Stonehenge, though. I don't see anyone else building it. And is a non-creative civ that's pretty good pickup for him. Yeah, he's managing his capital well. Like, look at what he's getting. 12 production. Oh, there's his industrious trade at work. Yeah. Is making good use of industrious there. Yeah, so he'll probably get that without any real trouble. And that will definitely help him in the early going. Get those free border pops for non-creative civs. All right, so we've got a settler finishing here at Akkad. Who else is... We've almost got one done for Hannibal, who, again, doesn't have borders popped, so he can't make use of these resources. Really stupid of him not to be able to use his ivory because of that. But at least his capital's in pretty good shape. Finally going for animal husbandry, too. All right. So I think the only settler we've got on the map right now is this one here at Akkad. I think some other people are working on settlers. Memphis is almost finished one. Okay, we got a couple settlers all finishing. They're all getting ready to finish their next round of settlers. All right, so keep an eye on all these archers and the bowmen down here because that's where these civs have actual settlers. All right, Pericles he's going north. Ramses going north. Okay, well Stalin finished Stonehenge. Let me get that. That is probably going to help him long term. Even more culture for St. Petersburg. Going to pop borders in 4 turns. Grab this tile and this tile. Hammurabi's settler is going north from here. Ragnar had a settler out too, I thought. All right, it's still in his city there. Pericles is, I don't know where he's sending this settler. Also, check out that City Raider Warrior. You know when your warriors get a kill on a barbarian archer, you should definitely promote them City Raider. That's the way to go. I mean, I know he can upgrade it to an axe later, but still. And Ramses, what are you doing? Why is Ramses working to steal territory away from Pericles? Why is he not going to the south? Oh boy. More land for Stalin, apparently, who just seems to be very lucky. Oh boy. Apparently Pericles and Ramses are competing very, very hard to get this land that's way up here in the north, while Stalin's just like, all right, thanks, don't mind if I do, and claims all the borderland. This is also great for Hannibal long term. I mean, leaves more land for him. Like, if Hannibal can get a city over here, like, let's say Hannibal gets a city, like, right here, and then can backfill behind that, that would put him in pretty good shape, because there's a lot of territory over here. Now, he might struggle with barbarians, but he's going to have a lot of territory to work with, so. All right, so he went for the close plant. Not bad, decent food, does have some tundra tiles, but yeah. Biggest issue for him is he misses out on the copper, which is not great, but yeah, he's making some progress. He can probably go for the northern coast next. Really needs to research mysticism. Instead, he's going for ironworking. I mean, he does have iron at his capital, so that's going to help, but dude, you really need to get mysticism so your cities can expand their borders, and you can grab this happiness resource that's right outside your borders. Oh, well. So we think Pericles might be going for a religion here. He's building, he's got his unique unit phalanx already, because he's got copper connected. Did get the early copper, and that helps the AI a lot, even just with barbarians. Having the early copper helps them. There he is. All right, so Ragnar apparently decided to backfill, and now his cities are on a diagonal line. Still, this could help him. He's going for mining. If he connects the gems and connects the iron, that would be pretty good for him. He could definitely use the commerce from the gems. And if nothing else, he is getting some territory towards the center of the map. Unlike Hammurabi, who seems doomed to be crushed in the corner of the map here, is continuing to claim absolutely no land whatsoever with his settlers. This is like the not fertile crescent. Sorry. But yeah, he's not off to a good start. Not doing very well at all. Stalin does have a settler out, and he's moving to the west here. He's probably going to claim this territory right here. Pericles has not planted yet. Oh my god, please tell me he's not going to grab that spot right there. Oh my god, what a terrible city. Oh, Pericles, what are you doing, man? You're creative. You've got a trait designed to let you contest the middle of the map, and instead you're what is this? He planted there for the seafood whales, the oil that you can't use until plastics, the coal you can't use until, what is it, steam engine, I think, a calendar tech, and then a tundra horses. Whatever. It's bizarre to me that horses even spawn in the tundra, but they do. That was not me messing with the resource generator. They do spawn in tundra. Anyway, Stalin doing smarter things. Stalin's off to a pretty good start in this game. Now he's going for the Great Wall. Okay, I don't know about that, but he does have stone, so, you know, he's got the huge production bonus, so I guess it won't really hurt him and get him even more culture here. RIP, all who picked Pericles second. I don't know. It's still early, right? Now here, okay, so in favor of Pericles, here's what I'd say. He has connected his resources at his start. Hold on, let me turn on the resource icon. So he's got the corn connected, he's got the gold connected, he has his copper connected. This is a very strong capital already. 13 production plus 5 food. So he's got a strong capital. He's pumping out this phalanxes. If you look at power, he's probably #1 in power, which he is, thanks to connecting that. Note that Lincoln's dead last in power. So again, keep that in mind. Yeah, so I'd say he's doing okay. He's off to a reasonably good start. In Stalin's case, it's the anti-fascist wall. Perhaps it is. Perhaps it is. I think that's all we've got for cities on the map right now. Does anyone have a settler out right this second? It looks like Ramses might. Could be a worker, though. Yep, that's just a worker. That's also a worker. All right, Stalin's got a settler out, though. He just finished one in Moscow. And, all right, well, maybe this is not the best place for Stalin to go, but at least there is a pig's resource down here. Don't agree with him trying to claim the tundra, but whatever. He did not lose a settler to the barbs. He just turned around and pulled in the opposite direction. All right, so Stalin also finished the Great Wall. And I'm going to go ahead and reveal the map right now, just because that way we'll get messages on which civ it is that finishes these. Somewhat surprisingly, Lincoln is first in score. I honestly don't know why he's first in score. I guess because his capital is size 8. I guess that's why. A lot of unhappy faces in his capital, though. Yeah, so Lincoln being first in score is a bit of a surprise. Does he have a settler out somewhere? No, he does not. Ragnar does not. I'm trying to check if any of these are actual settlers. All right, Ramses has one out, too. So Stalin and Ramses have settlers out on the map. Apparently Ramses wants to send this one out unescorted. And Stalin has founded a... I didn't even realize that he had founded a second religion. So, yeah, he was on monotheism. Apparently, he's going religion heavy this game. That's kind of weird. Boston is in no danger of flipping. Not at all. There's no Russian culture on this tile. And the thing is, even when St. Petersburg hits 500 culture, which it's a long way away from doing, even at 500 culture, it still wouldn't flip. 500 culture will put culture on these tiles right here and this tile, but not on Boston itself. So Boston will not flip, but it might lose some more of its tiles. Yeah, Stalin the Religious, seriously, what the heck. Also, we have some Barb cities popping up, so keep an eye on this. Any other Barb cities? Nope, we just got little Barb Civ over here. So that could be good for Ramses because war chariots are very good at capturing Barb cities. And he is going to get horses down here soonish, it looks like. So could be good long-term for Ramses. Whoa, oh wow, he swapped his religion. Okay. All right, well, interesting. I figured he would rely on Hinduism, but now he doesn't even have any culture from the Holy City here, just from the monument and the Great Wall. You know, that's actually kind of smart because he already got the borders to pop here, and now he'll get the free border pops over here. I mean, he already had Stonehenge, so it didn't matter that much, but kind of smart nonetheless. All right, so Stalin did claim some land in the tundra. It's all right. I mean, it's a good, let me put it this way. Poor commerce city, good production city. You get 6 food from the pigs. You get another 4 food, 1 production from the deer, and then you can work these hill tiles for production. This would be a good heroic epic city, like early in the game, not late game, obviously, but early game, you could get a pretty good heroic epic city out of there and turn otherwise marginal land into a decent spot. All right, so I just wanted to check in on Hannibal. I don't think he's got any settlers out. Nope. But he does finally have animal husbandry connected. Still does not have mysticism. There it is, you guys, Lincoln adopts slavery. You guys wanted to see that. Let's see where Ramses ends up planning his city. All right, so he went for the jungle spot. He does miss all the good resources there in the second ring, but he's working on the obelisk, so he will get borders to expand eventually. I still do not understand why Lincoln's score is so high. Like, why is his score so high? He doesn't have the most land. He doesn't have the most pop. I don't get why his score is so high. I guess it's his population. Is he just teching that well? Is he like that far ahead in tech or something? It's just weird that his score is so high. No, not really. I guess it's his population. It just seems weird. Like, he has so much, like, because, like, by the scoreboard, you'd think he's kind of running away with the game, but he's not doing anything of the sort. Anyway, so Hammurabi is last in score. He did get a 4th city, but he's pretty much already boxed in after 4 cities. And Ragnar is not in much better shape, honestly. Another reason why I didn't think Ragnar was a great pick for this game. This is not too good for him either, that there's a Barb city popping up here. That's going to make it harder for Ragnar to get more territory. Yeah, so the east side of the map's filling up pretty quickly. I see Ragnar's on double settler, but he really needs to get more territory pretty quickly if he's planning on doing anything. All right, and like that, we are at turn 50. So let's look at the bar graphs and see who is doing what. All right, GMP's a mess, as you'd expect. All I can really say is Stalin and Ramses have been at the top, but that's mostly just due to their culture. And we have Hammurabi last for right now. Production, Lincoln and Pericles seem to be leading, but it's pretty close between everyone. Food, Lincoln's first in food. Okay, so I guess that reflects the fact that he has the highest population cities overall. Dead last right now is Pericles, interestingly enough. I'm surprised he's so low there. Hannibal and Pericles are leading in power. Everybody else is like the same. Those were the 2 that have connected metals. And then culture, Stalin, Ramses, and Pericles have all the culture. No surprise there. So we had to mention that he's on pyramids, making use of that stone. That's not too bad. Like a 10 turn. So it looks like that's roughly, he's looking at like a 15 to 16 turn build time in total. That's not that bad. Still would probably be better to be building settlers right now, but that's like survivable. Without the stone, that would be pretty rough though. Fortunately, he does have stone though. So we do already have metals connected for Hannibal. Does he have a settler out? He does. Or no, that's a worker. Never mind. He's a settler in his capital. The fact that he is very early iron, like this is quite early in the game for iron to be already connected, and Lincoln has just adopted Stalin's religion. I'm a little surprised that it wasn't this religion that spread down the river system. So that means he and Stalin are actually shared religion right now. That said, Lincoln is still the worst enemy of Stalin, Hannibal, and Ragnar, which is why so many of us have him picked to be first to die. Ragnar is worst enemy of Hammurabi and Lincoln. So yeah, Ragnar is also quite possible to be a first to die here. Stalin's worst enemy of Ramses. Okay. Like, if Ragnar can't put himself in a better position, he could be in some real trouble here. He just finished a settler, I think. Yeah. So be curious to see where he sends this one. He definitely needs to claim some more territory with this settler he just finished. That's true. Judaism is on the same river system. That's very true. It's just because it was closer, I thought. It's more likely that Hinduism would spread, but hardly impossible for Judaism to spread. Lincoln, worst enemy of Lincoln at +2. Yeah. If this axe gets some good combat rolls, then we'll see if this axe can get a kill on the defending archer. It certainly would be nice for Hannibal if he could start killing some of these barbed cities. Looks like he didn't attack. Looks like he just stood there for that turn. Maybe he's waiting for more units to get there. All right, Hannibal, dude, I know that I said you should try to connect this ivory, but I didn't mean by planting 3 tiles away from all of your existing cities. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You need to claim a little bit more land than this. Oh, wow. If Hannibal can get the barbed cities, he'll be in okay shape. If he can't, then he's going to be a little squeezed on territory. Whatever. So Lincoln did found another city here, and the other one I was watching was, and Ragnar also just founded a city here. Ragnar needs ironworking pretty badly, but he is working on it, so that will let him cut down the jungle, which is what he needs. Oh, he's got another settler here in Uppsala. Okay, well, if he can get a 5th city, that would help. Pericles is still only on 3 cities. Like, his cities are good, don't get me wrong, but he's getting squeezed here on territory. Oh, the 3 silver hills in the tundra with no food. Where are the 3 silver hills? Oh, down here, yeah. No food. Still would probably be worth settling for someone at some point. Stalin's belatedly going for the pyramids. That'll turn into fail gold because Pericles is going to get the pyramids. Ragnar ignoring mysticism. Yep, he sure is. That sounds like Ragnar. That's our boy. His settler is here in this city at the moment. He is definitely helped by having this gems resource connected. Why? Oh, I was going to say why hasn't he connected his iron, but he's still researching iron working, of course. So he cannot see that resource yet. So Pericles is joined with the same religion as Ramses. So it looks like we're getting a Judaism versus Islam set up here. Could be kind of interesting. I would keep checking in to see when he's going to attack this city, but apparently the odds are not good enough. So he's not going for it. Is that a settler down here? Ugh, oh boy. Hannibal, you have some strange calls in where you want to send your cities. Not even going to be in range to grab the furs. At least for in Hannibal's defense, fishing cities are never bad for financial leaders. Yeah, he's obviously going to plant on this tile. All right, well, that is going to be a true fishing city for sure. Pericles gets the pyramids. That's nice. Stalin will get the fail gold from that. How long until Hurrian hits size 2? Where is Hurrian on the map? It's already size 2. Good question. Oh, I see, because Pericles is going after this one. I see. So Pericles should get this city, barring something really weird happening. Although he's not attacking it yet. Representation, that's a smart pick. Is that his favorite civic, by the way? Oh, wait, what's that? Christians taken by the Egyptians. Ooh, interesting. Good pickup for Ramses. Stalin has also founded a city over here. Yeah, Ramses is doing a little better than I thought he might. I think it's because Ramses got this territory up here. Like, that's turning into more than I thought once. And that getting that for a 5th city is pretty nice. He's also obviously has iron connected for swords, so he's not going to be a pushover. And Lincoln's not doing badly either in this game. He's gotten another city down here with Stalin. The big thing with Lincoln is just the diplomacy, right? Like he's actually played the game reasonably well. The question is more, how's he going to do when it comes to when the wars start up? That's more my concern about him, and that's why I picked him to be first to die. I thought it would be rough. I thought he'd get attacked by multiple people. Maybe he won't. I mean, it's possible that he just hangs out and does all right, and maybe if that happens, maybe Pericles does well in this game. For some reason, Pericles is not attacking these archers. I'm not quite sure why. He's got a good stack there. Like, if he attacks with the 3 phalanxes and the 2 spears, I think he captures that city no trouble. But so far, he has not done that. And yes, there was that city from Hannibal. Really bizarre spot to put the city down. Anyway. So that's where we are right now. The map is getting relatively full. Still some space in the west. Do you think that Ragnar and Lincoln are going to go to war later in this game? Could that maybe possibly happen? There might be some border tension between these two. Just a little bit. He apparently sniped the spot from Lincoln, who had a settler right here. Not a very good city, but I guess beggars can't be choosers. Ragnar's territory is in pretty lousy shape. But at least he's connected all his resources. Oh, he's already finished Moai statues here as well. He needs more happiness is what he needs. He's got the 3 food, 1 production, 3 commerce lake tile. Pretty sweet. Too bad he doesn't have more lake tiles there. And yes, I did notice the Oracle race is on as well. We should check in on that and see who is currently leading in the Oracle race. Hammurabi was just putting it. All right, so Ramses is going for it, and Lincoln. Oh, they're both tied right now. They both have the same build time. Interesting. Yeah, whether Lincoln or Ragnar is first to die is going to shape how the rest of this game plays out. And now Stalin's entered the race as well. Hammurabi is converted to a minority religion that no one else practices. Maybe not the smartest decision. Yeah, still holding worst enemy of 2 and worst enemy of 3. I mean, that really is going to dictate how the rest of the game goes, is whether it's a high piece weight civ or a low piece weight civ that gets eliminated first. Over here, Hannibal has killed one of the barbed defenders because they spawn with 4. He's killed one of them. And this city still has all of its barbed defenders. Over here, no attack's been launched at Hurrian yet for no clear reason. Oh, apparently it was none of the above. Apparently Hannibal got the Oracle. Well, I was not expecting that. Let's see what he picked up with it. I didn't even know he was building it. Looks like it was metal. Looks like he went for metal casting. Not something that makes a ton of sense for him. I will say this, though. If he can get the Colossus with his many cities on the seacoast, Colossus plus financial would be pretty nice with all the water tiles he's working. Like, you get a city like this, and it's going to be mostly working water tiles for most of its existence. You get financial plus Colossus. Every one of those is 4 commerce. That's pretty nice. So that could be good long-term for Hannibal. Like I said, if he can capture some of these barbed cities, he'll be in much better shape. He's killed 2 of the 4 archers in this city. If I'm focusing a little bit on Hannibal, it's because I do have him picked to finish in 2nd place. So I'm trying to keep an eye on how he's doing. In terms, as far as who's powerful, it's pretty close right now. Hammurabi is the weakest, and then it's fairly close with everything else. Stalin is leading in GMP, but again, a lot of that's culture. Food, Stalin, Lincoln, and then Ramses and Hannibal together. Hammurabi just... I said before the game started, I said his position just sucks in this game, and that's been proving true thus far, I think. Still no one has attacked the defenders at Hurrian. Is anyone going to try to capture this city? They are on a hill, which makes it tricky. The archer on a hill gets a much bigger defensive bonus. Ligurian's the same way on a hill. So, yep, that does make it a little bit trickier. Lincoln has crammed a city in here. And Stalin got another one down in the tundra. All right, so we've mostly got... The map is mostly taken shape at this point. Who is strong in this game? Stalin is probably the strongest. Ramses and Lincoln aren't far behind. And then there's a drop-off to like Hannibal, Pericles. Hammurabi and Ragnar are clearly, I think, the two weakest right now. I don't like either of their positions very much at all. If Ragnar's going to do anything in this game, it's going to have to be in concert with some of the other low piece weight civs. Pericles, he just doesn't have much territory. He's only got the 4 cities. If you could take Hurrian, that would help him so much. All right, someone just attacked this city. They did not kill any of the defenders, though. They just promoted one of the archers to guerrilla. Whoops, so that didn't work. Looks like Hannibal's got a stack here. I don't know why he doesn't go for Numidian first. That would seem like an easier target than Ligurian, but apparently he wants Ligurian. There's the Pericles phalanx just hanging out, hoping to be able to snipe the city. Yeah, that didn't work. That just promoted the defenders. Whoops. All those units died. Yeah, probably should have gone for Numidian first. Stalin going for monarchy is pretty nice. He can definitely use the hereditary rule happiness, and he has wines. Hannibal is also going for monarchy, although he's in a weaker position overall. Oh, he just recently planted this. So he's going to have access to the silver. And Lincoln apparently also went hereditary rule. So, yeah, Hannibal's starting to get a little bit more happiness. He's got, with the charismatic plus monument, he's got a lot, and then he's got ivory and silver. How's Stalin doing there? He's just got the ivory, but he does have religion. Similarly, just 1 happiness resource there. Pericles has 2, so that's why his cities are a little bit larger. How about Lincoln? 2 happiness resources, not bad. Only 1 there, and I think only 1 for... No, 2. He's got the gems and the ivory. Okay. I think Ragnar is already building up to attack someone because he's building swords in every city. Now, the smart thing for him to do would be to take his army and go attack Hurrian, but more likely he's going to build up an army and throw it at one of these other leaders. Probably Lincoln. And then he's going to either get Stalin to help him. If he gets Stalin to help him, then they'll win the war and they'll partition. And if he doesn't get Stalin to help him, then he's going to get killed. And then either Pericles or Lincoln will probably win the game. Stalin he's annoyed towards Hammurabi. Wait, he's annoyed towards Hammurabi, but his worst enemy is Lincoln? No, his worst enemy is not Lincoln. Worst enemy of Hannibal? Wait, Ramses is the worst enemy of Lincoln? What? Ramses is his worst enemy? Okay, that's weird. Stalin's worst enemy is Hammurabi. Huh. Okay, well that would be hilarious if Ramses went and attacked Lincoln. That would be pretty incredible if we saw that happen. Oh boy, how these civs line up diplomatically is always a little tricky to predict. Always a little bit tricky. Well, we shall see, won't we? Ragnar's power should be spiking on the bar graphs, yeah. But I think if he goes for Lincoln, it's going to be a tough sell, because Lincoln is definitely stronger than he is right now. And Hannibal, okay, so again, Ragnar converts to Islam, so he picked up Ramses' religion. Huh. Interesting there. I do like how Hannibal is getting set up long-term. Like, he's building a pretty good financial basis for the long-term. Now, if he can just get a lighthouse in the city, he should not be building a chariot. He should be getting a lighthouse in this city. That's what he really needs. Like, if he can get a lighthouse in here and just work the commerce tiles, I think with that Colossus, he's in decent position. Now, if he would just capture Numidian and Ligurian, Ligurian's not falling anytime soon, but if he would take those cities and then connect the silver over here, he could be putting himself in pretty good shape. Anyway, just keep an eye on Hannibal. I think long-term his position's not that bad. Also, Stalin's building a fair amount of units right now. He could be thinking about going after somebody. Still, Ragnar is the most likely candidate to start a war. He's got a decent-sized stack here. Somehow this city still has not been attacked by anyone. Just hanging out there. The Colossus should be converted into a giant death robot. Also, don't sleep on Ramses either. Ramses is clearly outplaying Pericles. Like, he's playing the role a lot of us thought that Pericles would play. Like, look at this. How does he get this city here? Like, seriously, how is Pericles not claiming this territory? And he also got that Barb city. So, like, Ramsey's getting pretty darn strong here. I think he has the most cities overall. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cities. I believe that's the most. Stalin has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, he has the most. He has 8. Nobody else has that many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lincoln has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, definitely has the most cities. Has his own religion. Got some cottage action going here, although for some bizarre reason he's not working those cottages. Not bad. Ramses is putting himself in good shape too. Like, as I said, Stalin, Lincoln, Ramses are our clear leaders at the moment. I think Hannibal's long-term position is not the worst. Okay, so he did manage to take that city. And Ragnar declaring on Pericles. Okay, not what I expected. Not the target I was expecting, but maybe a good choice. Maybe. That was certainly unexpected. Sparta's not that well defended. Are there walls? No walls in this city. Like, that's a fairly formidable stack. Now the question is, does Ragnar have any chance of taking up Pericles' cities? Pericles does not have many cities. He only has 5 cities. If he loses one to Ragnar, he's in deep trouble. That said, it's still going to be hard to capture this, but we'll see. Ragnar did not move his army forward. Pericles finished the Great Lighthouse. Okay. And Ramses got his shrine. Let's see how many cities. He only has 8 cities thus far, so not a lot. But he will, for sure, keep spreading his religion. Yeah, and then the question is, all right, let's look at the diplomacy. Who would get involved in this? Boy, a lot of people hate Ragnar. Worst enemy of Pericles, Hammurabi, Lincoln. There is real chance for someone else to jump in here in 2v1 because the people who don't like him are Hammurabi and Lincoln, and they are the other 2 civs bordering him. So he is very much in play for first to die here. Very much in play. He is going to need Stalin to do something. Or Ramses. Remember, Ramses does not like Lincoln. Now, if Ramses were to attack Lincoln, that would be totally unexpected based on what we thought would happen going into the game. Whereas Stalin doesn't like Hammurabi, but that's like whatever. And Hannibal's too far away to do anything realistically right now. Yeah, the Great Lighthouse with 1 coastal city. Well, it'll be a nice prize for someone else if they can take it away from him. But yeah, 1 city. So here was Pericles' stack that he was going to use to attack that Barb city. Now it's like off in heading for Viking territory. Is it truly a great lighthouse if there's only 1 lighthouse in your entire empire? Good point. So yeah, Ragnar, this is like a go big or go home moment. This is either going to work out really well or really horribly, and I don't know which of the 2 it's going to be. Wouldn't it be something if he could get Ramses to declare on Pericles? That would be... Yeah, that would be quite a twist. Anyway, so now it's really like, who else is going to join this war? Hannibal has just gone to Stalin's religion. Okay, so the Stalin plus Hannibal alliance is kind of developing here. These 2 should be very friendly with each other now. Yeah, pleased. And Hannibal, I believe, should be pleased with Stalin. Yeah, so those 2 are lining up together. Keep that in mind. No one is making much progress against Ligurian right now. Hannibal slowly getting into position to connect that resource. He's also hooked up his marble. Yeah, he's building a decent economic base here. Now, if you would just build a freaking lighthouse in this city. I'm sorry. Shouldn't keep harping on this. I'm just like, why are you not building a lighthouse? Anyway, where did Stalin, or, all right, here's Ragnar's stack. I was like, where did he move his stack? I have no idea what he's doing with this force. Now it's in Uppsala. Oh, never mind. Just as I say those 2 are setting up their own religious alliance, Hannibal goes and founds his own religion. That's probably bad for him long term. Ramses' worst enemy is now Hannibal. Is that true? You're right. Because of the religious conflict. I feel like these 2 will not fight each other, though, unless that someone gets control of this Barb city. Because it's, like, directly between them. Go big or go home. Ragnar went home. Yes. Here's it. All right, here's his force right now. I don't think that's enough to break through at Sparta, but it does depend on whether those units move out of the city or not. How are they actually doing in terms of trading in this war? Looks like Ragnar has been losing out this far. Ramses is actually #1 in power, and Stalin's close. Where's that stack? Okay. Ignore the request spam. Yeah, so far he has not sent his big stack forward. Like, you knew that Ragnar was going to do this. Also, this city is getting culturally pressured pretty badly. It doesn't even control its own first-string tiles. That's pretty sad. You might want to research mysticism at some point. And yes, Ragnar still has not researched mysticism. See? Still no mysticism. 80 turns into the game. Odin versus Zeus? Kind of. Yeah, I don't think this is enough units to capture that city. This is actually 2 of the weaker civs in this game right now, fighting it out. There's another Barb city up here that Hammurabi is, or not Hammurabi, Ramses is almost sure to get. Okay, so Ramses sent his force against this Barb city, and the Barbs won. All he did was promote the defenders. They now have city garrison promotions. He was attacking across the river, and I'm sure that didn't help. But yeah, still not in any shape to capture that just yet. Okay, so I'm still watching this war. There still has not been a big battle yet in this war. With 40% defensive bonuses, this attack will not succeed. Ragnar definitely should not order this attack. Excuse me. He did not order the attack. He walked past the city. I don't know what he's doing with this force, but he's certainly not going to capture Sparta with it. Lincoln is worst enemy of Ragnar right now. So if Lincoln were to attack Ragnar, man, so much is riding on where this next war declaration breaks out. It's just going to influence so much of the rest of the game as far as who attacks who. Okay, so Ragnar did a lot. He finally launched the attack. It went as poorly as you'd expect, and his whole attack force just died and achieved nothing. That happens a lot. Yep, see? Ooh. Not good. Not the best decision there. One of the defenders did get killed in Ligurian, so there's only 3 archers there, but, I mean, Ligurian's building another archer, so... Looks like it's going to be replaced. Oh, Ramses declaring on Stalin. Okay, wow. All right, 2 of our... Well, that's good news technically for Ragnar. It means one... Well, no, actually... I was going to say it's good news for Ragnar because it means Ramses can't attack him, but it also means Stalin can't come help him, so that's probably bad news for Ragnar, actually. All right, well, Stalin, this is your chance to beat up one of the other game leaders. Let's see how these 2 stack up. I think they're pretty even in power. Yeah, they're pretty much dead even in power. How are they doing in research? I think they're roughly even in research. 55 for Stalin. And Ramses is... Okay, Stalin's doing a little bit better in terms of research. In this universe, the Jewish invade Egypt. Something like that. This city is not especially well defended, though, so perhaps Ramses can make some progress here. I don't think either of them has construction yet. Stalin does not. I don't believe Ragnar does either. Or Ramses does either. No, neither of them does. They're both going for calendar. So we'll be able to see it if either one of them chooses to join this. Yeah, Stalin, he really doesn't have much in the way of defense here. He does not have walls in this city, unfortunately. And that's enough swords that could probably punch through and capture it. Ragnar looks like he's heading for the Barb city right now. Yeah, I don't know about Stalin here. This seems to have caught him slightly off guard, even though he's the clear score leader by a wide margin right now. But he won't be long-term if he loses city. Oh, jeez. Just when I'm like, oh man, I think Ramses has got the drop on him here, Ramses is like, no, I'm going to walk past this lightly defended city for no reason. Not sure where this stack is heading. See, like, Ramses' units were already grouped together at the start of the war, whereas Stalin's were split up all over the place. Lincoln did finish Hanging Gardens. if he wanted to get involved in a boy, he could just destroy Ragnar if he were to get involved in that war. Oh, maybe they're both going for the Barb City, Pericles and Ragnar. Yep, apparently. That's weird. So Stalin got a great general, so he must have won the fighting somewhere. This city only has 2 units in it. If both of those swords roll well on their attack, they could actually capture that. But they probably will not. Stalin's reinforced with some additional units here. But what he really needs is walls, not another swordsman. So, yeah, he won that. Stalin won that fight. And now that the walls are going to come through, it's going to make it basically impossible for that. All right, so the Vikings... Oh, wow. The Vikings get the Barb City. That could be really big because their war is pretty even right now. It looks like Pericles attacked first, did not... lost his units, and then Ragnar took the city by attacking second. Definitely helps Ragnar. And I believe Ragnar is beelining for construction, because he's on math right now. Yeah, so he is going for construction. If he gets the catapults and starts sieging down the Greek cities, he could do this. Again, it's just... But, like, he's playing with fire to such a huge degree, because at any moment, Hannibal could join... Or not Hannibal. Hammurabi could join the war, or Lincoln could join the war. So, like, he's really playing with fire here. He has to hope that he can somehow defeat the Greeks before one of them joins this conflict. Anyway, at the moment, it does not seem like Lincoln is going to be first to die. That's all I can say. This attack by Ramses is not working thus far. Stalin's on construction as well, so that would also open up the chance for him to take some more cities. And I keep checking in here. Still no lighthouse here. His city could just... Oh, boy. Like, he's got a happy cap of 13. If he just whipped a lighthouse and grew onto that happy cap... So that's good. Wow, wait, he already has feudalism? What the? Wait, Hannibal already has feudalism? Jeez. Okay, I think he's the tech leader right now. I could be wrong, but he just needs to get more territory. Hannibal does. He's got tons of happiness. Get some better units, take Ligurian, and then look to join Stalin in his war. Anyway. So yeah, it looks like this initial clash was won by Ragnar. The fight over the barbarian city. It's a good thing for Ragnar that Lincoln and Hammurabi are just pacifistic builders. You thought you saw Stalin death stack. Okay. See if I can... Yes, York... Well, maybe not a true death stack, but he does have about half a dozen units here. Still, I don't think either Stalin or Ramses can make any progress until they get catapults, because on both sides, the defenses are too strong. Yeah, construction before mysticism, indeed. Because, like, he can attack here, but, like, without catapults to take out the wall defenses, that city's not going to fall. And same thing for Ramses. Somehow the barbs are still holding out up here, I guess because of the warring. They've just been ignored. Similar deal at Ligurian. Boy, this one archer's been promoted to City Garrison 2. The other one's Guerrilla 1, City Garrison 1. They're really getting those promotions. Yeah, Stalin's getting cats soon, it's true. So yeah, like I said, these wars will probably become, are much more likely to have cities captured. Oh boy, are you really only going to defend this with 2 axes? And build a library? So yeah, Stalin attacked, he didn't kill anything. Ramses got a great general. You know the drill. Alright, well, there it is. So if you had Ragnar first to die, I think you might have just hit on those points. Because I don't see Ragnar surviving this. And that's also good if you have one of the high piece weight civs winning. Lincoln to Blob to victory. Possibly. Yeah, see, this was... Ragnar really could not beat Pericles 1v1. He needed another AI to help him, and Stalin is not going to be able to do that. So Ragnar is probably the first to die here. I don't see any way he holds this city. Nope. And that takes us to turn 100. Well, it was an eventful first 100 turns, wasn't it? I mean, that city was, like, practically part of America anyway. It was surrounded by Lincoln's borders on most of his sides. So yeah, with Stalin currently tied up with now Stalin did just finish construction, so he will be building catapults. But with him just finishing, with him tied up with Ramses, there's not going to be anyone riding to the rescue of Ragnar. So he's going to be in a 2v1, and he's just way too weak to be able to fight off a 2v1 scenario. So he is almost certainly going to be first to die. Did that former Ragnar city have oil? No, no oil. All right, let's look at the bar graphs here, shall we? So GMP, it does look like Hannibal is taking over as the tech leader. Ragnar is last. Production, Stalin's first here. No one's in a golden age, so it looks like Stalin's the clear production leader. Relatively close after that. Food, Stalin, Lincoln, Hannibal. Seems like our ranking. Ramses. Pretty good ranking of like metric of the overall strength of the leaders in this game right now. Power, Stalin, Ramses, Lincoln, Ragnar. Culture, Stalin has the most culture right now. So that's more or less where we stand. Oh, I wanted to get a quick look at our research. So Stalin, 80 beakers per turn. Pericles, 60. Hammurabi, 49. Hannibal, 44. Wow, Hannibal's quite low. I thought he was doing better than that. Lincoln, 82. So he's tied with Stalin. Ragnar, 50. Barbarian, 0, because they're the freaking barbarians. I wonder if did he turn down his... Okay, so he turned down his science for upgrades. This is not his actual research rate. Okay. He probably is still the leader. He's probably upgrading archers into longbows, which is something the AI likes to do. He's continuing to go after this city. Boy, they're having no luck capturing this city. Need a unit better than chariots to do that. And spears. Probably need like maces to have a realistic chance. So let's go ahead and change up the music, shall we? What's one I can do? That'll get us into the classical era. So it does seem like, I mean, okay, well, like a lot of things can happen, blah, 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 but it does seem very likely that Ragnar is going to be first to die here. It seems very likely that Ragnar is going to be first to die. Ragnar's reckless rage rewards ruin. Yep, basically. He's one of those leaders who can be too aggressive for his own good. Oh, well, maybe. All right, well, hey, he got peace with Pericles. That's what he needs to survive. It's still going to be one-sided, but at least this gives him a chance to survive. He might be able to hold on with 5 cities for the time being. In a 1v1, he can hold out. He did pick up 1 extra city there. So, yeah. And then in the Stalin versus... Okay, yes, we'll sign up for borders. In the Stalin versus Ramses battle, Ramses has got a... Okay, apparently I missed that siege going on. Did he use catapults? It doesn't even look like he used catapults there. It looks like he just took the city, unless maybe he had suicide cats. But not good for Ramses losing that city on the border. We'll see if he can take one back, but I don't... Even though the stack is pretty impressive, the defending city has walls, so... with the walls plus defender's advantage, that's probably not going to fall. That's true. He didn't get... Well, okay, so the thing is, he captured that city because Pericles attacked first, and then he attacked second. So I guess you're right. He didn't technically capture a city from Pericles, but he effectively gained a city from that war. Yeah, so Ramses attacked... Ooh, he did a lot of damage. There's only 2 units left in this city. A lot of injured units. Wow, he did better than I thought, considering he had no catapults. Maybe he can capture this city from Stalin. Also, Ligurian now has a city garrison 3 archer defending it. Let's see if Yaroslavl can hold. No, it was not. Oh, and Ligurian captured 2. Oh my god. This was like the turn that Ramses struck back. Double city captures. Wow, what a big turn. Like, anyone could have gotten this city here. It was attacked by Hannibal, it was attacked by Stalin, but it turned out that the Ramses unit got it. Guitar solo. No, Yaroslavl didn't hold now. I don't think this can be held long-term by Ramses, because there's like a whole bunch of Stalin units right here. I think Stalin will retake this city, but yeah, still significant. How about Hammurabi? Or not, geez, nobody cares about Hammurabi. Hannibal. Hannibal definitely does not like Ramses, and this would be a great opportunity for him to try sniping some territory. But at present, they are not at war. Okay, Stalin took both of the cities back the next turn. Stalin was like, yeah, no. Oh, boy. Hannibal did get his shrine for his religion. And Ramses gets a mausoleum, which is a pretty significant prize. Now, this city is... Ligurian's capture is quite important because if Hannibal had gotten this city, he would have border access to Egypt. Right now, he only has border access to Egypt if Stalin gives it to him. Like, I believe they have open borders right now. So they do have open borders right now, but like that's not guaranteed to be the case throughout the game. Anyway, we should probably check in with Ragnar, how he's doing. It seems like he's holding his own for the moment. He just killed a Lincoln stack over here. Yeah, so he looks like he's doing okay. Ramses is trying to fulfill the prophecy of the champion curse. I mean, he tried, but like Stalin just pretty much swatted his attempt away. Stalin is definitely winning their war. Like, here's Stalin's power. Here's Ramses. Oh, geez, Ramses lost a lot of units there. Also, Hannibal's power is going up pretty significantly. Now, that might have just been archers getting upgraded into longbows, but he also could be thinking about going to war. Because I like Hannibal's overall financial setup here in his city where he still has not built a lighthouse. He just keeps cranking out chariots for God knows what reason. I like his overall setup, but he definitely needs to get more territory. He doesn't need to have the most territory, but he does at least need to be competitive in this game. Also, Lincoln's getting ready to found his own religion any turn now. That's going to make him unpopular long term. So it's not looking that bad. Okay. Hannibal apparently hates Lincoln for some reason. It's actually looking decent long term for the Stalin #1, Hannibal #2. Because Stalin looks like he's in position now. If Stalin can snowball over Ramses, then he will definitely run away with the game. Like, if he absorbs most of Egypt, this game's basically over at that point. And it does look like we're headed in that direction, because this city has 3 archers on defense, and that is not going to stop Stalin from taking Kushans. Yep. It looks like he's off and snowballing in this game. Oh yeah, and there's the Christianity being founded pop-up. So Lincoln will probably swap to this long term, because it's his own. He'll have to spread it around. But he'll probably swap to this, and then that will get him into his own religion that no one follows, which is probably bad for him long term. Yeah, Ragnar has managed to reach elephants, and that will probably let him hold pace with defender's advantage. He can probably hold against Lincoln. But again, he's still playing with fire, because Pericles could rejoin the war, Hammurabi could join the war. Like, there's a lot of danger here for Ragnar. A lot of danger here for Ragnar. I also just keep waiting for Hannibal to do something, like go to war. He is building a fair amount of units, but he definitely needs to get more territory. I guess he could get one more city over here. Like, he could plant on this tile, and that would be worth founding. For the moment, though, he is content to do nothing. Just as the 2 H's, Hannibal and Hammurabi, content to just sit around doing nothing thus far in this game. All right, so here's the latest American sack. Yeah, I don't really see that changing things. We do have quite an Islamic bloc over here in the east. Everybody in the east is practicing Ramses' religion. Sad thing about that is Ramses himself might not be around that much longer. He's already fallen from the top of the leaderboard as Stalin just continues to press in here. Like, I guess that's a decent stack, but like, if we look at the power bar graphs, I mean, this is Stalin and Ramses is down here. Hammurabi is not Hammurabi. God, I keep getting them confused. I hate them both being in the same game. Oh, look at this. So this is heading after someone, and it's not Stalin because we would have already seen the war declaration. I wonder who he's targeting. Could very well be America. But yeah, he's going after someone. Maybe not the smartest target, but he's headed after someone. Hates Lincoln, is that right? Yeah, he is Lincoln's worst enemy. Oh my god, can Lincoln still be first to die? Come on, Lincoln's still first to die. Let's see it. Seems unlikely with Lincoln researching feudalism. But hey, you never know. I don't think Hannibal has construction yet. Oh no, he does. Okay, he does have construction. Never mind. All right, well, we'll keep an eye on that stack. Here's the latest Stalin force. He has 1 catapult with this force. And Ramses has got a force, but I don't really see him pushing in against longbows. Maybe, though. Maybe. Nope. Nope, the longbows are like, thank you for the promotions. Why, yes, our promotions are quite good. Statue of Zeus was just finished here, by the way. So that's a tasty wonder if someone can capture Thebes. Someone being Stalin. Stalin also has unlocked elephants. Hannibal is continuing to slowly move units across. Now he's got elephants as well. Very appropriate for Hannibal. Kind of a cool looking elephant unit. So yeah, he's also got elephants on at his disposal now. And as I said, Ragnar is kind of fighting the Americans to a draw, so you add Hannibal to the mix, and Lincoln, it is possible that he could be first to die, which seemed very unlikely just a short time ago. Could Ragnar actually turn this around and win this war with some help? We'll see. I mean, it's possible this is not headed to Lincoln either. I don't think that these units quite know where they're going. Oh, they're probably headed for Chicago right here. Too bad that the longbows are already present. Without catapults, that's going to be a tough city capture. Stalin is slowly sieging this city down, which he's going to capture it once the walls are gone, and that's not going to be much longer. Stalin's just methodical, man. He seems to know what he's doing. Where did that stack go? Oh, maybe he's going for Egypt, actually, because he doesn't seem to be headed for America right now. I think apparently he is going for Egypt. I don't know why he would walk in such a roundabout fashion there. What? Pericles is declared. Oh my god, Pericles attacking Lincoln. This is fantastic. Go, Ragnar. Go, Pericles. What the heck? Did not see that happening at all. What? People are like, what? Oh, now if only Hannibal was also attacking Lincoln right now, we could have the 3-way dog pile. Where's the it's happening gif? Can we get the it's happening gif here? Anyway, yeah, Lincoln and Ragnar are tied up right now. So Pericles making a move, and he's got a pretty good stack here. I think he's likely to take Philadelphia. But we're about to see Hannibal join this war against Egypt. Just as I think Ramses is likely to be first to die based on what we're seeing here. Because the Russians are continuing to roll over Egypt. And it looks like Hannibal's the one who just joined that war. Yeah. Too bad he wasn't attacking America. As Ramses continues to relentlessly build more wonders for people to capture. Let's see, there is a pretty significant siege going on here at Uppsala. Smart of the defenders to get in that jungle to get the defensive bonus. So Philadelphia and Uppsala are both under siege right now. Okay, the siege at Uppsala. And now we've got another war. Oh boy. Hammurabi declares war on Ragnar. Okay. That's definitely not what Ragnar wanted. It's just the world's just gone crazy, basically. Chaos. Yeah. There you go. Everybody's at war with everybody right now. Alright, catch you later, Rick-Kenner. A wild Hammurabi appears. He's going to capture this city. There's like nothing on defense in there. I mean, eventually he's going to capture it. So Stalin gets his shrine. Let's see how many Oh no, never mind. Oh geez, look at this city. Oh my god. You go Stalin. Look at all these resources he's connected. Man, dude is tearing it up. Here's his shrine city. 9, okay, has not spread it very much at this point. Yeah, but seriously, go Stalin. This force is not going to do anything unless he can get someone to drop the defenses. Needs to get... Where are the Carthaginian catapults? Here they are. They're like trickling in behind the rest of the force. I don't know. Yeah, at this point, I really don't know who's going to be first to die. It's just confusing at this point. Still holding out hope that somehow it's going to be Lincoln, but more likely it's going to be Ramses or Ragnar. It's like Ragnar just lost that city. I also like our jaunty music in the background that in no way fits the action whatsoever. Yeah, seriously, like, you just don't see a warmonger AI set up a city like this. I guess Stalin's not a true warmonger. He clearly knows how to build a city if he's got it set up like this. That's really nice. Does need to get a courthouse, but otherwise, great stuff. Seriously, impressive. If 2 civs die on the same turn, geez, that's a really good question. You know, okay, so here's what we would do if 2 civs die on the same turn. This has never happened. We would give first to die credit for both of them. So if you picked either one of them, you would get credit. That's the answer, if they both die on the same turn. But so far, that has never happened in a game. Yeah, needless to say, this attack with no catapults did nothing. However, Stalin has a lot of catapults, so there will be the potential for Hammurabi or Hannibal to snipe a city. Like, Stalin drops the defenses and then he snipes it. That's always a possibility. Well, that initial stack didn't do anything, but Stalin is just methodically walking through here, capturing everything. Would first to die not go based on turn order? No. I think it would be fair if 2 civs died on the same turn to give credit to anyone who got either of those civs, rather than doing a turn order thing. I think that that's only fair. Okay, Pericles looked like he was about to capture Philadelphia and then like turned around and backed off. Oh, I see. Actually, it looks like he attacked and failed. Whoops. So that didn't work. Not been a great game for Pericles here. If second and third in a game have the same points. Okay, sure. If in the exceedingly unlikely event the second and third place civs literally have the identical score, yes, we can do a dual map tiebreaker between the two of them. That has not ever happened and is unlikely ever to happen, but I guess it could theoretically if they have exactly the same score. Anyway, so Stalin is still making progress in his war. He's just steadily carving his way through Egypt. Been a rough game for Ragnar and Pericles. Neither one of them are having a good time of it. Lincoln is still hanging in there. The problem with Lincoln is his diplomatic position long-term is not great because he is not very well liked by a lot of leaders. Where is Lincoln? So here's how other people feel about Lincoln. Cautious, annoyed, pleased from weakling Hammurabi, annoyed, furious, annoyed. Like, that's not really what you want to be seeing in the game. Everybody hating you like that. Some of those leaders might not be... All right, so here we go. This is better from Hannibal, right? Like, look at this stack. Why wasn't this the stack he brought across the border in the first place? Ramses, you just keep building those wonders, buddy. Just continues to crank out wonders even as he gets smashed by everybody else in the game. This should be enough to take a city. Will probably be enough to capture Memphis because I think that's where they're headed. Stalin is going to get Thebes, though. That city's about to fall, like, on this next turn. No, not Francisco Pizarro. Everybody loved him. He was so young. Anyway, Thebes is going to get captured. And he turned... Oh, man. Is Hannibal in position to snipe this? No, he just has a longbow. Surely he's not going to be able to capture the city with just one random longbow and a Numidian cav. Surely that's not going to happen, right? No. I'm like, surely he's not going to get it with one random longbow. Anyway, so Thebes has just gone down. Does look like Ramses is going to be first to die. I don't think that Ragnar will die before that. Lincoln is not likely to be first to die. Lincoln is actually turning this war around and is in the process of maybe carving up Pericles. And then we could have a showdown between Stalin and Lincoln after that. Oh, so Stalin's bringing his own stack over here. Okay, you better get a move on, Hannibal, or else Stalin's just going to take this city. Actually, Stalin might very well get this because he moves before Hannibal in turn order. Well, we'll see. The bottom of the map looks like the NBC logo. It is quite colorful. I have to agree with that. Ragnar tried to retake Burka and he didn't get it, at least not on this turn. He may be able to get it on the next turn. I'm more curious about who gets Memphis because it is a holy city with a fairly strong shrine in it. Oh, that son of a gun. Man, Stalin in the right place at the right time. Hannibal took out the defenses and then Stalin just slips in there and captures the city. Continuing to snowball Stalin further ahead. Is Ragnar worse than the Monty AI? They're similar, except that Ragnar doesn't care anything about religion. That's kind of the difference between the two of them. I was really hoping that Hannibal would get that city because I have Hannibal to finish second, and I kind of need him to pick up some score points somewhere from more cities. Like, he's doing well economically. He just needs to get more territory. If he sticks around with Stalin as his buddy, though, like, they're piling up a big mutual military struggle bonus here. The only thing is they do still have separate religions. Like, so they're getting the +2 mutual military struggle, but they do have the separate religions, so that's pulling them apart right now. Yeah, so he's only cautious because of that heathen religion. Anyway. Oh, wow. Let's see. So Ragnar was able to recapture Burka. Ragnar and Lincoln seem to have mostly stopped fighting at the moment. Because each of these sides has like a more immediate enemy. Hammurabi and Ragnar are going at it, and Lincoln and Pericles are going at it. It looks like Pericles was able to hold here. Lincoln tried to capture Argos, but came up short. Oh my god, look at Stalin's power. Jeez. Okay, he's really starting to run away with this one. How about his GMP? Not as dominant, but with that much power. And the other thing is, if you look at his food, he's starting to race out to a big lead in number of cities, and that's pretty significant too. Hannibal really needs to snipe on one or two of these cities so that he can get in on the spoils of war too. Some of this is just luck. Like, which AI captures a city when they both have stacks outside it is pretty much just luck. Obviously, the more units you have, the better you can twist those odds in your favor. Like, Stalin's definitely going to get this city because no one else is heading for it. But there is some chance in it. Like, it would have been more realistic to assume that Hannibal gets this city, but the luck just didn't break his way, as it turned out. Hammurabi, how is he doing? I mean, he's just one of the weaker civs. He's not doing much of anything. He has very few resources and few cities. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still stuck on 5 cities. Not having a great game. If I'm focusing more over here in the west, it's because there's more action over here in the west. Like, it's more... The more consequential action is taking place here, if that makes sense. Geez, okay, all the borders were taken out instantly. I think Hannibal has more units here. I don't think Stalin will get this, but I could be wrong. Let's see. All right, so Hannibal gets that one because Stalin killed the initial defenders, and then Hannibal got the rest. So he just picked that up. Are there any useful... Oh, man, there's a lot of good wonders in here. Parthenon, Mausoleum, Shwedagon Paya. Mausoleum in particular is a really nice wonder. Okay. Now, if Hannibal's able to hold on to this city, which he should be able to, but it is going to be way away from his core. Oh, and wait, Hannibal... Wait, what happened to Stalin? Did he pull his forces back? Does Hannibal now get this city because Stalin pulled his forces back? No. Looks like Hannibal doesn't have quite enough units to capture it. He came up short by an axe and a catapult. Too many catapults on the attack. Didn't have enough actual attackers. Yeah, so Ramses is pretty much dead here. Like, this city will go to Stalin this turn. Another place where Hannibal loses out. Unfortunate for him. And then there's just one city left. Actually, Hannibal is more likely to get the kill credit because he's got the army in position. Stalin kind of broke off to capture this city. So we might see like mini Carthage up here in the north. Just checking in on the other wars. It looks like they're not really going anywhere. I guess there's a little force from Hammurabi trying to attack Ragnar, but that doesn't seem to be going anywhere. And the Pericles-Lincoln War also seems to have stalled out for the moment. All right. So I think it really is mostly like the last stand of the Egyptians here. If there's a weakness on the part of Hannibal, he doesn't have many actual attackers. He's got a lot of catapults in this. I guess he has some chariots down there at the bottom. %38%. Of course, here comes Stalin with his big force. Actually, Stalin will probably get this because Stalin, not having any siege units, Stalin will just attack instantly, whereas Hannibal will stop to keep bombarding. And all that either side has to do is just attack the city. So it looks like, once again, it might be Stalin sniping in here. I mean, it would be a deserved kill credit for Stalin, but he's had some really good luck in getting cities that were contested by both of them. Yep. Stalin got all but one city. Womp womp. Poor Hannibal. Anyway, Ramses first to die. Stalin deservedly gets the kill credit. Like I said, a little bad luck by Hannibal, though. He probably should have gotten 2 or 3 cities instead of 1, because he was pretty instrumental in taking part in these wars. Also, if Hannibal gets this city, he probably gets these cities too. But in any case, that is our first to die. So let's go ahead and mark it in our spreadsheet. So I did not get that one, but I don't think a lot of people got that either. I don't think that Ramses was that popular as the pick for first to die. So he died on turn 145. Stalin got the kill. Another kill for this dude. And I think that's it. Oh, we got to mark it because it's the first to die. First eliminated. Okay, let's see how many people had Ramses. 65, so 13 people had it. That wasn't a ton. 13 out of our 180-ish entries. So a couple of you had it. Good pick if you had it. I will say that did not go quite the way I was expecting it to. Yeah. So here's, okay, so if you want Hannibal to finish second, like I do, here's what you want to see. You want to see Stalin continuing to make progress against the other leaders, and you want those two not to go into war. Like, you want these two to remain on good terms. It would be really good if one of them would go to free religion soonish, so that they stop having the penalty. I believe Hannibal will not declare war at pleased. Stalin will declare war at pleased. Now, both of them are far more likely to go after other targets. But they could go to war with each other. That's the one thing I don't want to see. I don't want them to fight each other. I think that the two of them are in good shape to finish 1-2. Hannibal will not. Okay. Hannibal does have Shwedagon Pius, so he can go free religion. That would be really good for Hannibal to go free religion here. He's practicing a religion no one else practices. So it would be smart of him to do that. Whether he will, I have no idea. I don't think it's one of his favorite civics. No, he has organized religion as his favorite religious civic. That's no surprise there, but perhaps he'll swap into it. We shall see. In the meantime, though, we do still have some more wars going on. Like, we still have the Pericles versus Lincoln. Lincoln is also technically still at war with Ragnar, and Ragnar just made peace. Okay. He gave away a city in the peace treaty. Gave away that contested city between the two of them. So Ragnar now only has 4 cities. He is very weak. Not that Hammurabi and Pericles are much better, though. So the real story is going to be when Stalin or Hannibal chooses to go back to war with somebody else, because they are the strong civs in this game right now. Oh yeah, and I guess we gotta wait. They're going to go after the Barb cities first. They both have these giant armies going into the Barbs. Who's going to get Avar? Probably Hannibal, because he's like a turn ahead of the play. He's like 1 turn ahead of... Yeah, I think he'll get this. I think he'll manage to take this city. I think he's got this. And Khoisan will be auto-raised. I was like, surely the AI isn't so incompetent that they can fail to take that city. All right, so 2 cities for Hannibal. And again, another coastal city where he can use his financial... Oh, I didn't even see this. We have a... All right, well, that I did not see. Okay, that could be big. And Stalin liberated the city to the Greeks. Okay. I don't know why he did that. Who founded Confucianism? Busy turn here. In this city. It popped up in the Barb city. Okay. He captured it, and then it popped up in the city he just captured. Okay. Yeah, Stalin giving that city to Pericles does not make much sense. Don't really understand that. He seems to like Pericles a fair amount. I guess they're cautious. Yeah, there's a lot of people he's cautious with. Anyway, so this war is still ongoing. So we got to look for apostolic palace purposes. Judaism is the religion. There is Judaism in Carthage, so can't pull any shenanigans there. There is Judaism in America, but there's no Judaism in Greece or in Scandinavia or in Babylon. So all of them could be subject to an apostolic palace crusade later on. Could be the city was culture choked. That's probably true. Yeah, I think it was, but still. Probably gave it away because it was crushed by the culture. I think that's true. Heliopolis is not. Pretty high maintenance costs in there. Needs to get a courthouse. Don't build a longbow here. Build a courthouse. Anyway. All right, so we're almost at turn 150. Let's advance the one more turn. All right. So we can do another check of the overall game state here. 150 turns in. Bar graphs. All right, so GMP, Hannibal, and Stalin are your leaders, pretty clearly. Oh, no, I didn't add the AP religion. Thank you. Yes, thank you. That's the whole reason we've got Sitting Bull down there. Thank you for reminding me. All right, it's Judaism. Okay, so we will be able to see AP resolutions now. Thank you. Okay, back to the bar graphs. So yeah, those two are the leaders there. Production, Stalin. Wow, Stalin's a clear production leader. I think this is just because he has more cities. Yeah, and that's reflected in food. So Stalin just has the most cities by far, and so that's reflected there in the food power. Those two are, yeah, I mean, it's pretty clear Stalin's 1, Hannibal's 2, and then the others are kind of also Rand's. I guess Lincoln is above the other two, but I wouldn't say he's super strong either. I wanted to get a beaker count check. Stalin's at 221. Note he's only at 50% research, though, so he can go much higher. Pericles, 175. Hammurabi, 152. Hannibal's the tech leader right now, but he does not have as much capacity to increase his research as Stalin does. Lincoln, 165. Ragnar is going to be last, yeah, 103. Wow, we had a lot of questions. Okay, so we added AP Religion. We had a request to change the music. Okay. Go medieval. You don't have to click add scripts. Fair point. Every time I look at tech, I see everyone doing military and Hammurabi doing random economic text. No, Hammurabi's economy is not doing well, and that's because he doesn't have enough territory. He only has 6 cities, and that's not enough. So the one war going on right now is a 2v1 war against Lincoln. He's at war still with Pericles and Ragnar. He's also the worst enemy of Hannibal, so keep that in mind. If Hannibal goes back to war, there's a good chance it happens there. There is still this Barb city up here that I suspect they're going to chase after. Also, do these two have open borders? Yeah, okay. He still has open borders with Stalin. That wasn't immediately clear to me if he had open borders with Stalin, just because their units were like walking around each other's territory. All right, it looks like Hannibal wants to go for the auto raise here, which he should be able to get easily. It's a tough world for barbarians, I'm afraid. Tough world for the barbs. So Lincoln is stuck in a 2-front war right now, which is why I think there's decent odds he's the next to go, because I think Hannibal might declare war on him soonish. Wave goodbye to the poor Barb city. Yeah. Oh, he already has paper tech. Go into nationalism. Stalin gets a 2nd shrine. Yeah, and not a well-spread religion yet. Keep in mind, too, that All right, so Ragnar and Lincoln made peace. Okay. Not good for Pericles. Now he's stuck in a 1v1 with Lincoln. Keep in mind that it is possible Hannibal could win first place. Like, Hannibal could launch the spaceship first, because his teching is quite good. I would love to. I really want to see Stalin first, Hannibal too, but it could go in the opposite direction as well, just because the teching is better for Carthage. We'll see. A lot of game left to go, but I would say that those two are the definite front runners right now. I mean, you know, Lincoln could like snowball over Pericles and become a match for them. That's also in play. He's probably going to take Argos here. Or not. Apparently he did not get through the defenses. Jeez, that's a lot of well-promoted units on defense. Guerrilla 2 longbow, Guerrilla 2 longbow. Alright, so, okay, nope. Lincoln attacked and his whole force got shredded. Just lost a whole bunch of power. Alright. How long until Stalin and Hannibal go back to war again? There should be no islands full of barbs on this map. There shouldn't be any offshore islands. Alright, let's just look and see. I'm trying to see if anyone's building like mass units. It does not look like either Stalin or Hannibal are in warring mode. Maybe Stalin? Not entirely clear though. Has this city finally built a lighthouse? Yay! There we go. Also, financial plus Colossus at work. Seriously, look at this city. It is just a fishing little nothing burg. But, I mean, this is the power of the financial trait right here. This is why it's so freaking good. You add the Colossus, and all of a sudden you've got a pretty darn good city just from this tundra nothing here. Seriously. 4 commerce on every one of those tiles. Yeah, tiny fishing villages producing 33 beakers a turn. Yep. But it's even realistic, right? Because, like, there's places in real-world Earth, like, the actual terrain is garbage, but like they're hubs of trade, and so they become valuable cities. Financial alive, best combo. Basically, yes. Yeah, if all that city needs is a fish resource, and it's great. It's got a... wait, did Stalin just declare war on Lincoln, or is he just moving his forces through? All right, just moving his forces through. All you need is 1 food bonus. Like, this city's going to be the same thing, if not to as ridiculous of a degree. Pop the cities, get a fishing boat here, and just work the coastal tiles. Yes, Carthage does have a special harbor. It gives them a bonus trade route, if I remember correctly. So our only ongoing war right now is between Greece and America. These are the only 2. So we can kind of run the turns a little bit faster. Stalin going for guilds. Hannibal already at military tradition. Stop trading with Ragnar. Why you gotta beat on a man when he's down? Ragnar is unlikely to make it to the end of this game, just because his tech is so bad. Someone should be able to swat him away in time. His tech is just such garbage in this game. Stop trading with the infidel succeeds. Apparently Stalin and Lincoln did not want anyone to trade with him. So this does mean no open borders with anyone. Oh wait, not these two, because Hammurabi and Pericles are not part of the Apostolic Palace group. We had our open borders with him canceled, though. The Observer Civ had the open borders canceled. And Stalin's about to finish University of Sankor. I'm trying to glance over at these other civs periodically to see if it looks like they're plotting war. I mean, Ragnar's probably plotting war. Because he's always plotting war. What did I tell you? Didn't even see it. I was like, well, Ragnar's probably plotting war. Pan over to... It's like camera pans to the right side of the screen. Ragnar has declared war! You know, if there's one leader he can actually fight, it's probably Hammurabi. Hammurabi's also very weak. He actually is higher in power than Hammurabi, so he can... This is a leader he can probably clash with and do okay against. Yeah, he actually handled that pretty darn well. I mean, that city was like in his sphere of influence anyway. He is darn lucky he took that Barb city, because otherwise he would have been down to 3 cities earlier. Now he at least has 5. It's like all the power in this game is in the West, and off in the East, it's like people are just kind of playing. The little children are playing around, basically. Yeah, both Stalin and Hannibal do not appear to be plotting war right now. They seem to be content with where they stand. Stalin's Golden Age. That wasn't the Taj, was it? I don't think it went out. We would have gotten a message if it had been. I don't know why. What is he doing here? He's not building anything in all these cities? Whatever. We'll start building something at some point. All right. Why Moai statues here? Why not Moai statues here? This would be an awesome Moai stat city. Anyway. So, Ragnar, as much as you guys were kind of making fun of him before, he's going on the offense. Unfortunately, he's going on the offense with 1 longbow and like 10 catapults. So, yeah, even if he would get rid of all the defenses at that city, he wouldn't be able to capture it because he has no actual attacking units. Just a bunch of catapults. And over here, it looks like Lincoln is continuing to be unable to capture Argos. He's just been stymied again and again and again and again by this city on a hill. Much blood has been shed to no real purpose here. Ragnar's other stack got eaten by elephants. Okay. Yeah, well, this one also just got eaten by units. I mean, it's like he got a lot of the units low, but catapults can't kill units, so... there's a City Raider 3 Bombard catapult. We've got a bunch of City Raider 3 catapults, but again, they can't kill units, so there's not really anything they can do here. I guess they took out all the defenses in that city, but that's not going to capture... Oh, and there we go. Now we see some action. So Lincoln's doomed at this point. Bye-bye, Lincoln. Stalin's off on a rampage again. Where's his main stack? He's got to have more units than that. Was he caught off with... Oh, here it is. Here's his big doom stack. Yeah, 78 units. Yeah, that'll do. 78 units. Okay. How much territory does Stalin need to get for domination? Because I thought this was going to go to a space game, but he could just end up rolling to the east, and he could end up just rolling over everybody. Because stop trading with Hammer. Oh, okay. So just stop trading with everyone, apparently. Because remember, Stalin, let's see, he doesn't really like anyone other than Hannibal very much. He's annoyed with Lincoln at +1. That's pretty hilarious. Like, he doesn't even care for Ragnar that much, even though they have similar piece weight. So yeah, I mean, he might just keep going to the east and not stop. I am hoping that he goes for space instead. He is just screwing with these other civs, forcing everyone to stop trading with first Ragnar, and then Hammurabi. Yeah, Hammurabi just lost all his trade routes except for the ones with Pericles. Whoops. But yeah, Lincoln's in pretty bad shape now. Well, just time to sit back and watch the fun. Wait, where is this force going? Why is he going towards Philadelphia instead of Chicago and Boston? This does not appear to make a lot of sense. So Hannibal gets the Mausoleum Golden Age. So if you really want to see the ridiculous... if you really want to see the ridiculous fishing village, this is it. The only time you can ever see this is when you have Financial plus Colossus plus Golden Age. The money bags on all the sea tiles. Money bag sea tiles. Anyway, this is pretty funny. Anytime you can get that. And like this city, the same thing. Like, look at this. 6 food, 5 commerce on a fish tile. Anyway, back to Stalin ripping his way through what remains of the opposition. With him crushing Lincoln, it seems very likely that we're going to see Stalin plus Hannibal as 1-2 in this game. Although for some reason he's running around in Greek territory, and I do not understand what he's doing. More AI brilliant pathfinding at work there. All right, Hammurabi changing civics. Ragnar is getting ready for another assault over here. Okay, so Hammurabi made peace with Ragnar. Okay. Stalin genuinely seems to be... Oh, yeah, he asked for open borders again. Stalin genuinely seems to be struggling to find out where to move this army. He needs to get some catapults over here. But he has so many more units that at some point he should be able to push his way through Lincoln. Like, at some point his forces have to stumble their way through. Also, Pericles is still in this war, technically. So I guess they are starting to build up some mutual military struggle bonuses. Yeah, they've got +1 right now. As for Hannibal, he does not like Hammurabi or Lincoln, so we could see Carthage join this war too. Just dogpile on with yet another leader. Where did that big stack go? Oh, here it is. Okay, so we did see a city. Hannibal declared on Pericles. Okay. So he's opted to go after the other weakling Civ over here. Slowly ticking up that war counter. 40 units here. Did Stalin ever research compass? Well, you know what? It's turn 175. This is a great time to look at where everybody is in terms of tech. Let's start at the people who are behind. So Ragnar is in last place in tech. He is like early medieval. For some reason, he doesn't have code of law. Oh, he doesn't have alphabet. That's why. For some reason, he doesn't have code of laws, and he does have civil service, so he can build maces, but no knights. And he just finished engineering, I think, recently. All right, Lincoln, he's finished the whole medieval era. He's early Renaissance, going for divine right. I guess he wants that last religion, but has not gotten any Renaissance texts yet. So he has knights, and he's got all the medieval units, but nothing Renaissance yet. Hannibal. Oh, wait, actually I wanted to do Hammurabi first. All right, Hammurabi is similar to Ragnar, still medieval, does not have knights, going for engineering. So Ragnar and Hammurabi are pretty comparable right now. All right, Lincoln. He has finished all of the medieval... Wait, didn't we just look at Lincoln? He's already got all the medieval texts except for... here's all the medieval texts. Okay. As for Hannibal, he has military tradition, does not have gunpowder. It looks like he got the free economics great merchant. He should really go for gunpowder so he can open up the cuirassier. And then Stalin is very comparable. He has gunpowder, does not have economics, does not have education. So they're pretty comparable, the two of them, roughly equivalent. Stalin's going to open up cuirassier when he researches this. Okay. So the text messages you just heard, my parents just texted me and then sent me a couple pictures. They are in Hawaii on vacation right now. Good for them, I say. They are retired and they are able to take trips like that. Liz and I are going to go on a nice honeymoon to Australia next month in July. But since we work full time, we cannot just jaunt off to Hawaii on our own. Maybe another time. All right, anyway, so Boston was captured. And up here, this is Hannibal's big stack. I skipped Pericles. Thank you. I'm sorry. Somehow I missed him. Pericles. He has guilds and all the medieval texts except philosophy and theology. So he is like late medieval, about to hit the Renaissance. Okay. So this is a really smart move by Hannibal because he has a chance to pick up a lot of territory fairly easily because his military... Okay, and apparently he brought along a friend too. Okay, sure, why not? We need a fuzzy mascot to join. We need a mascot for our war against Greece. All right, so Ragnar's in the war too. But this is a chance for him to pick up a lot of territory fairly easily. I mean, Stalin so far ahead. Hannibal also quite far ahead, if not in Stalin's league. And then, yeah, everybody else. Only 3 more wars, please. So yeah, I'm going to try to watch... Basically, I'm going to try to watch Hannibal and Stalin. Now, for some reason, he turned around and walked in the opposite direction. Okay, so Chicago, the city that was like deep in Russian territory, got taken out by the giant stack. Also, remember, Pericles is still at war with Lincoln. They've never signed peace in that war. Pericles is still fighting Lincoln. If you want to see a point in time in this game where the high peace weight civs lost it, it was Pericles and Lincoln fighting each other for a long period of time. That was truly disastrous for the two of them. And it's allowed the low piece weight civs to start carving them up pretty good. All right, so Hannibal's stack moving. Where's the big Russian stack? Okay, Russian stack's healing for the moment in Chicago after just taking that city. Using open borders with Pericles now to run down here towards Philadelphia. Stop trading with Pericles. All right, this stack, I don't think there's any siege units here, so I think... Oh, that was... Oh, I didn't even realize that they had a separate stack there. Okay. Similarly, Knossos is toast too. Just a matter of time until units get up there and snipe that. The main forces here at Athens. Took out 40% of castle defenses in one turn. That's pretty impressive. Meanwhile, down here, Stalin's like, I don't even need to use catapults. I'll just push right through and capture Philadelphia regardless. And Tipu Sultan was born. Subject to my dissertation research. So the net effect of Giza being gifted over to Pericles was that it ended up in Hannibal's hands long term. Hannibal's on corporation. He really should research gunpowder tech so he can upgrade his knights. Yeah, that stack shouldn't have any trouble capturing that. Oh, thank God. Lincoln researched Divine Right. Man, Stalin is not screwing around. He is racing right through the opposition right here. Like, he's already put Atlanta under siege and has killed almost everything inside. And, like, that's only part of his forces. His main force is up here. This game might go fast. I had it predicted to be a relatively late game, but it also might end up being a longish game if Stalin and Hannibal end up not fighting each other. It could end up being a longish game if that goes on, because they are pretty good friends with each other. Like, I believe they're both pleased with each other, and like, so Stalin would go to war with everyone else before he fought Hannibal. If they divide up the continent between them, it could end up being a longish game. I think we're going to see Athens taken here. Yep. That's a nice prize, obviously. Stalin's going to get Atlanta on the next turn. But, like, we're seeing Carthage East formed over here. He also just got a shrine for his... oh, boy, Lincoln. Yeah, nice. Good job, Lincoln. You keep building those wonders. Like, that's going to be a nice prize for somebody. Probably Stalin. I don't think Pericles is going to get it. So how much had he spread his religion around? Decently, 14. Oh my God. Seriously, look at this city, you guys. Okay, not bad. Now, he is in a golden age, but still. I've got to take the mandatory Moai City in a golden age screenshot that we always joke about in Realms Beyond. Moai City in the golden age. Yeah, 2 food, 2 production, 5 commerce from every single water tile. Mansa would be proud. I don't think any of these guys are much when it comes to culture. He's not even ahead of Stalin, and Stalin is not much. Neither one of them has anything in the way of culture, so culture seems very unlikely. Yes, Hammurabi, God, I hate these names being so similar. Hannibal also likely to take liberalism. Well, not likely, he's going to get it next turn. Okay. So while his forces regroup, Stalin continues... Oh my God, the double city capture from Stalin. Atlanta and Washington on the same turn. He's just rolling. So he did pick up gunpowder, so he was able to upgrade his knights into cuirassier, and Hannibal gets liberalism too on the same turn. Let's see what he picked up. He already has nationalism, so he's not going to get that. Astronomy, I think, which is a good choice. Very expensive tech. He should go gunpowder and then rifling after this, but I bet he goes for democracy instead. No Cossacks needed. Yeah, no Cossacks needed so far. This city has a longbow, a werewolf, and a pike. Should really also just send like 5 or 6 knights to go grab this city as well. All right, so yeah, there's not much left of Lincoln at this point, and Pericles seems like he won't last much longer after that. AI is about to die, frantically building ships. Oh, look at this. Apparently Ragnar wants to get in on the action. All right. The fuzzy mascot actually doing something. Yeah, there's only 2 American cities left. This guy is not popular. More with Hannibal, Lincoln, and Ragnar. Yeah, I'm sorry all of you who picked Pericles. I do think he's a pretty good AI, but I didn't like the way the game shaped up for him. Now, where is the main stack of Hannibal? He had a really big stack somewhere. He had 40 units in his stack. I don't know. Maybe he's moving them towards Corinth. It's hard for me to tell right now. Oh well. At least I know where Stalin's forces are. Running towards this city. Yeah, this stack is not screwing around. Ragnar is actually closing in on Argos. He might get 2 cities out of this war. Oh, here. I guess they wanted to go back for Knossos. AI pathfinding at work. Yep. Turned around to run back there. More stop trading with Ragnar. Hammurabi is probably next on the chopping block. Yeah, again. Once again, forces everyone to cancel their trade routes. So Hannibal's swapping up his civics, free market. He did not go into... Geez, do you think this is a little overkill here for this icy fishing village? I guess you can just move them straight down to this tile afterwards, though. How in the world did he not capture that city? The AI really struggles sometimes with its pathfinding, doesn't it? Ragnar is working on attacking this city. Also, Stalin just went into representation, which is a great civic for him. For any of the AIs, really, because the AI runs a gazillion specialists. All right, that city was captured. Don't look now, but if Hannibal takes this city, Ragnar could get the kill credit for finishing off Pericles. That's very much in play right now. Ragnar, who surely deserves to get points from this game. Stalin researching democracy. Yeah, I know, seriously. Did Hannibal already go democracy? Yes, Hannibal already went for democracy, and that's why he's building the security bureaus. It's funny that like we have Carthage West, and then we have Carthage East, and then we've got this giant blob of Russia in the middle. Stalin's at 33%. Note that he still does need to pick up an awful lot more territory. Wait, how did Chicago go to... Wait, wasn't this captured by Stalin? Right? Well, I thought that was taken by Stalin earlier. I don't know how that switched hands. Maybe it was recaptured by... I don't know. Must have been something. I did not see how that happened. I guess it's true. Ragnar did start a lot of these wars. Stalin took that. Okay, flipped to Greece. I see. Flipped to Greece and then was captured by Hannibal. Okay. So you know what's sad? This stack has exactly 1 catapult in it, so it'll probably sit there bombarding like forever until more catapults can come over, instead of just attacking the city and killing the 5 defenders in there. Stalin's doing the same thing at this city. He's been very slowly taking out the defenses instead of just attacking and killing it. But it's going to last for at least 1 more turn. Alright, Hannibal's Golden Age finally comes to a close. Oh, no. So, the Vikings did get 2 cities, 2 fairly high-quality cities out of this war. This is when it's nice to be able to build culture. Alright, so the only city left is Corinth up there. I think that this city's going to fall next, though. Yep. So who's going to survive longer, Pericles or Lincoln? If I had to guess, I'd say Lincoln survives longer just because he has 2 cities left. He must have founded this one relatively recently. Whereas Pericles just has the 1 city left. Anyway, we will see the Viking unit show up over here soon. by walking through the open borders. Yeah, only 8% of the defenses got taken out there. Yeah, Ragnar keeps re-asking for open borders. Oh, Pericles and Lincoln finally signing peace. Gee, you don't think. Actually, no, it looks like Lincoln is going to die first. Seattle's already gone. And New York is going to fall in a turn or two. Once all those siege units get their chance. I mean, it could be either one of these two. But I'm guessing that New York is going to be first. They might also go out the same turn. Not that we have a first to die scoring at play here. Or anything like that. Alright, turn 200, we'll look at everything afterwards. As expected, Stalin has like every vote in the Apostolic Palace, so he can do anything he wants at this point. More great spies being born. Why is Hannibal's science so low? Oh, maybe physics is just that expensive. Okay. I thought his research was a little bit better than that. Yeah, Stalin's research might just be taking over. I mean, he does have way more territory. Okay, are we going to see a simultaneous takeout? Okay. Okay. I guess we had to tick up that war counter a little bit further. Hammurabi has declared on Ragnar. Okay. Corinth will die this turn, though. I don't know if Lincoln will survive another turn, but this will be it for Pericles here. Alright, so I was right. Pericles did get finished off first before Lincoln.
It was entirely seemly for a young man killed in battle to lie mangled by
so turn 202.
In his death, all things appear fair.
Come on, wait for the message. Hammurabi probably shouldn't go to mercantilism. I feel like he was in free trade before. That was probably more valuable for him. Oh well. Alright, so Pericles is the next one down. We'll mark it in the spreadsheet. Again, a popular pick to win. It just didn't happen this game. This game could, if it had gone out differently, he absolutely could have won this game. The biggest thing that killed him was, I think, Lincoln and him going to war with Lincoln repeatedly. He also expanded horribly in this game. Really weak expansion. Turn 202. No, game 8, not G. And kill credit went to Hannibal. So Hannibal and Stalin both have 1 kill to their name in this game. Now we're probably going to swap right back to this. Oh, I didn't even swap the broadcast over in the first place. So you guys didn't see that I just wrote that in. Oh well. Alright, and we've got 1 city left for Lincoln, so let's finish up with him. There are 121 units out here. Okay, I guess the kids are still playing over here. Okay, yeah. Adopt all your new civics with 1 city left. Great. Alright, there we go. So that's that. Another leader eliminated. I'm surprised it took as long as it did. Alright, so we also have America finished off. Lincoln survived 2 turns more than Pericles. So I guess he slightly finished above. Here we go. Finished slightly above. Alright, so turn. This is Lincoln. I was wrong. He was not the first to die. But I was right that he was doomed. And Stalin gets his 2nd kill of the game. Or of the series. Yeah, there we go. 2 kills for him. And now we're down to just 4 civs remaining. And I do not think Hammurabi is going to be too long for this world. Alright, let's look at how they feel about each other. Boy, the screen's gotten a lot smaller, hasn't it? Alright, Stalin pleased with Hannibal, annoyed with Hammurabi. Hannibal pleased with Stalin, annoyed with Hammurabi. Ragnar pleased with Hannibal, annoyed with Hammurabi. I don't know, but this guy's probably not going to last too long. Let me advance one more turn here, and then we'll switch over to some Renaissance music. So yeah, these two have been squabbling over Burka like forever. Why does Sitting Bull have relations with Ragnar? Does he? Oh, geez. I see why. It's because I didn't put all the ice down here. They were able to meet up with him. Ugh. They can see Sitting Bull, can't they? Ugh. That was my bad. I never put all the ice here. Well, unfortunately, there's only one thing we can do about that, and that's to take the AP religion out of my city and get rid of Sitting Bull. I forgot to put him on ice. That's why. It's too late now. I don't want to reload turns back and try to fix that. It could have been a while back anyway. All right, so let's get rid of the AP religion, and then we get rid of Sitting Bull because we don't want to have them plotting war against Sitting Bull. All right, bye. Unfortunate that's my screw up. But to be fair, none of you saw it either. So, the holy city for Judaism was Novgorod, I believe. Pretty sure that was the city. Again, I don't know that I actually have to hit the script here. Should have the shrine in it. All right, yes, that was the correct spot. Okay, womp womp. So we don't get to follow Apostolic Palace resolutions now, which is unfortunate. Sitting Bull was your pick to win. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. All right. Oh, I was going to switch the music over and look at the bar graphs now that we're finished with this latest round of wars. All right. Let's hit up with some Renaissance. And bar graphs. I did reveal the map recently. All right, so score GNP, Stalin number 1, Hannibal number 2. That's what every category is going to show. Stalin number 1, Hannibal number 2. Same thing, same thing, same thing. Except that apparently Hammurabi used a culture bomb in this city at some point. Or maybe it was this city. Anyway, he used a culture bomb in one of his cities. Sitting Bull would, I mean, maybe. It's true, if this ends up being a domination victory for Stalin, then Sitting Bull could have survived. I still think it's a decent chance we have spaceship, though. So Stalin's at 39%. He would probably need to take out Ragnar and Hammurabi to have enough to win by domination. Of course, that's very much in play because he doesn't much like either of these civs. And he has picked up rifling tech now, so his power is enormous in comparison to the other leaders. Hannibal probably needs to get... Yeah, Hannibal didn't even have gunpowder. It seems wise to pick that up, just so you're not completely helpless. Stalin's researching at 1,000 beakers per turn. Hannibal's at 726. So Hannibal's in striking range, but like he is definitely not definitely does not have as much research as Stalin, just because Stalin's really strong right now. And that's just going to make him that much stronger, finishing the Statue of Liberty too. Because he's in representation, so he just got a lot of beakers from that. I guess it didn't show up like... I thought his beakers count was going to go up by like 50 or something, but it didn't have that big of an effect. Now remember, Stalin will plot war at pleased. It is possible for Stalin to declare war on Hannibal because he is pleased with Hannibal, but Stalin can plot war at pleased. Hannibal will not plot war at pleased, so he will not go to war with Stalin, only vice versa. Again, it is much more likely that Stalin will attack Hammurabi or Ragnar. These two would be pleased if one of them goes to free religion. Or, excuse me, they would be friendly if one of them goes to free religion. That's my hope, is one of them goes free religion, and then they go to friendly with each other, and then we have a long space race between them, because that's what I predicted for this game. It would not make for the most exciting finish, but that is what I've predicted. Anyway, the two Rut Civs are fighting. Burka looks like it's going to be recaptured, but that's not really the most significant thing in this game. And yes, we do have Cossacks on the screen now. Cavalry that gets a big bonus against other mounted units. There they are. Not as overpowered in non-expansion Civ 4. They were 18 strength. Now Cavs are already a ridiculously good unit, and their unique ability was they had 18 strength. It was absurd. Just a little bit overpowered. Anyway, so yeah, we can kind of do these turns relatively fast. So Burka, the border city that's been traded back and forth endlessly, gets traded back and forth again. Let's see. I'm trying to zoom out. Neither one of these leaders looks like they're plotting war right now. Neither Stalin nor Hannibal. Stalin is up to 41%, largely because he founded a city down there in the tundra, and there's a barb city down there too. I didn't even realize that this was a city down here, another fishing village. Anyway. So, let's keep going. Yeah, kind of quiet turns with just these two relatively weak leaders fighting. One thing that is not so great for me is I picked a relatively late finish date. This game is going to have a relatively early finish. Even if it goes to a space race, it's still going to have a relatively early finish. Hannibal was smart to go to state property, though. Now, unfortunately, he did not go to free religion, which is what I was hoping he would do with that civic swap. But by going to... Oh, geez, what the heck is he doing here? I never understand when they do this. But by going to state property, he was able to get out of... he was able to avoid distance maintenance. Oh, Stalin just went free religion now. He just dropped his religion. Okay. All right, so right now, we've reached a point where Stalin and Hannibal will not declare war on each other because Stalin is friendly and Hannibal is pleased. So we'll see if they do enough spying garbage to lower that. So at the moment, they won't fight each other. However, Stalin absolutely will declare war on the other leaders. And yeah, look at this stack in New York. I have a feeling it's just a matter of time before he attacks one of these other leaders. I think he's still upgrading stuff, right? Yeah, so he's actually going 100%. Both Stalin and Hannibal have been running high gold totals recently, and the reason for that is they're doing upgrades. They're upgrading all their medieval units to gunpowder-based units, so that's where their power has been spiking here. Not so much because they're plotting war, but because they're upgrading their units. And their science goes down temporarily while they're doing that. Ragnar seems to be actually kind of winning this war against Hammurabi. They're pretty evenly matched, but Ragnar has been doing a little bit better. Largely, I think, because Ragnar captured these cities. He was able to take Sparta and Argos in the last war. Otherwise, he would probably not be in as good shape. Also, he's got Grenadiers, and that is helping, because he has a gunpowder-based unit against medieval units here. But yeah, otherwise it's kind of quiet. Like, we're just advancing these turns. The two giants of the game can't attack each other currently. I'll check that periodically, but yeah. Apparently, Hannibal voted for Stalin in the UN, or in the AP as well, because he's got the +2 you voted for us. And that's countering the "your idiot spy caused trouble." Alright, well, okay. Like I said, it was only a matter of time until one of them got involved. The fact that it's Hannibal also puts us a little bit more likely towards being in a bit more of a stalemate, because if it was Stalin, then he would be in a position where he'd be gaining more territory towards domination. If Hannibal is taking the land, though, then that keeps Stalin further away from domination. Oh, well, never mind. Stalin joined the war, too. Never mind. Stalin joined the war, too. Bye, Hammurabi. It was nice knowing you. Well, that didn't take long. Goodbye. Oh, boy. Okay. There are 117 units here. And there are 43 units here. Okay, so now it's just who gets what cities. Good luck with the names, yeah. The names, they're so similar. It's really annoying. All right, so we'll see who gets what. This is also going to build up some more mutual military struggle between these low peace weight civs. Do we have the right word of collection? Yeah, we have the right one. because when Hannibal declared war, I typed 13, then crossed it out into 12. And then when Stalin declared war, I went from 12 to 13. So it should be correct. But if it's not, I'm confident the chat will point out if it's not correct. All right, so Stalin's going to get this city because he moves first between these three leaders. He's the one who goes first in turn order, so he'll get that one. Hannibal might get this city because it's not very well defended. We need a game with Hammurabi, Hannibal, Stalin, and Shaka. Yeah, Stalin and Shaka are pretty close too. So Russia gets a little bit bigger. It looks like this group attacked, but wasn't enough to capture the city. Stalin's at 45%. Now, if he got all of... How much land does Hammurabi have? Hammurabi has 10%. So if Stalin got all of it, he would be pretty close to domination. But yeah, Hammurabi is pretty much dead. Ragnar is safe for now. Just remember, Stalin is only cautious with him, so honestly, domination for Stalin is looking pretty much like it's on the table right now, because I really do not see him stopping his war train, just because he's taken out this latest opponent. Oh, here comes Ragnar. Here, so Hannibal's got the big stack here. Hannibal is probably most likely to capture Borsippa, but you never know. Actually, no. Stalin's going to get it too. Why? Because there's one catapult left, and Stalin moves before Hannibal in turn order, so he will get this one too. He was probably going to get everything if that's the case. Yeah, these medieval units have absolutely no prayer. Yep, so no, looks like Stalin's going to get basically everything again. I mean, he does have the biggest armies, let's be fair. So it's not like it's dumb luck or anything. But he has been a little bit lucky in terms of capturing some of these. Yeah, you convert to Christianity. He's also on assembly lines. He's clearly crushing this game. Not quite to the degree that Huayna was last week, but he's been pretty dominant in this one. Yeah, he's going to get this city again. He's just, by moving first each turn, he's just mowing down every city. Well, maybe not. Did he stop to bombard? Oh, geez, Ragnar got it. I guess he stopped to bombard or something. Still nobody down there at Civ4 yet. Okay, so Ragnar got a city for the time being. Hannibal has gotten nothing. Actually, right, yeah, Ragnar's probably going to get this one too. Because there's almost nothing left there. There's the Russian infantry already showing up. Who gets this one? Alright, Hannibal got one. And then we'll just see who gets the kill credit for the last one. So yeah, the easternmost edge was taken by these two. Any wonders in Babylon? Yeah, I think there were... So, oh, Sistine Chapel. That's a tasty wonder. So, Sistine Chapel there. Yeah, that's in Ragnar's hands. Ragnar with the Sistine Chapel. Alright, anyway, let's see how long it takes the AI's pathfinding to work its way down here. Don't be so sure Ragnar still has the wildcard game. Again, there's a very real possibility that Stalin just declares war, sweeps him aside, and wins by domination at a very, very, very early date. As I said, that's absolutely in play here. Which would be a pretty cool ending. Only 2 civs surviving. So Hannibal gets that kill credit. So, not a very valuable city, but I mean, he'll be able to do his financial plus water tiles thing. Alright, so another one bites the dust. Let's go back to the, here we go, desktop here. Alright. To no one's surprise, Hammurabi gets finished off. Now the only question is, are we going to have a march towards space, or are we going to have a domination here? All right, turn 241. This is Hammurabi, not Hannibal. 8, turn 241. Kill credit goes to Hannibal. He's having a pretty good run in this game. Not quite as good as Stalin, but still having a pretty good run, as I said. All right. Let's see, back to Civ4. All right. And now we're down to just 3. So we're not going to send a lot to the wildcard game from this match. Who killed Pericles? Pericles was killed by Hannibal as well. All right. So now it's just Stalin, Hannibal, and Ragnar. Let's see what the diplomacy is between them. All right, so Hannibal will not declare on either of these two. Stalin will not declare on Hannibal, but he will declare on Ragnar. Now, that said, he's pleased, so he's less likely to declare war, but he could. Ragnar could still attack Stalin, and he could attack... Ragnar could still attack anyone. He'll declare war at please. And Hannibal just went to free religion as well. Okay. So we might have a whole bunch of peaceful turns here. It's very possible. Ragnar to attack Stalin, yeah, that would be pretty funny. I'm mostly just going to go through these turns relatively quickly, though, until something actually happens in terms of warfare. I mean, Ragnar's building more units. Like, I can't imagine him being dumb enough to attack one of the other 2 leaders, but this is Ragnar, so you never know. I mean, Stalin did get all of those, all those AP resolutions against him, stop trading with, blah, blah, blah. These guys all have open borders, right? Yep, they all have open borders. Okay. All right, well, no longer pleased with, no longer friendly with Hannibal, so he is only pleased towards Hannibal. So, a potential for a war between them is back in play. Why is Stalin's tech so slow? I think he's just upgrading units, but that's a fair question to ask. Oh no, what is this? Suddenly he's turned on the culture slider. What? What is he doing? Why is he running culture? Well, apparently he has enough that he can maybe win by culture. Apparently. That would be unexpected. St. Petersburg, Moscow, Novgorod are his 3 cities. Okay. Where's Novgorod? Why is he headed for culture? I mean, okay, this might be it as well. He's at 57% land area. This might also be the reason why. 57% land area is also not far away. Because like, he doesn't need to pick up much more territory. In fact, if he tossed down a couple junk tundra cities, he'd get the win. If he had captured Sipar, he'd probably be on pace to get the win. But or if he had taken Sistine Chapel, he might just be running the slider to try to win by culture. Anyway, where is Novgorod? It's got to be in his original core somewhere. There it is. Because this is a city that's at least culture. All right, yeah. I mean, he only needs 50 turns to win by culture right now. Oh, does he need pop? That's a good question. Oh, you're right. He needs population. Yeah, he's not close to the population. He's actually closer to land area than population. Good spot there. A couple of you spotted that. That's really smart. Okay. Well, that could cause this game to go on a little bit longer. Because his culture victory would hit a little bit later. It also would give the other leaders a little bit of time to catch up in tech. Like, Hannibal was behind in tech, but if he keeps researching and Stalin doesn't, he could catch up, at least a little bit. And again, that's assuming that Stalin does not randomly decide to turn the culture slider back off again, which they sometimes do. We've seen that before. Like, a leader is like 10 turns away from winning by space, then turns on culture, runs the culture slider for 50 turns, then decides to go back to space again. Yeah, the game basically goes on as long as Stalin wants it to. He's very dominant right now. Kind of a weird game here. We can do these turns relatively quickly, though. Ragnar's so far behind. Like, I could look at the bar graphs, but it doesn't really serve much purpose because, like here, you want to see the bar graphs? Stalin's really far ahead in everything. There you go. Production, food, power. Yeah, Stalin's really far ahead. He didn't get Broadway, though. Moscow. Actually, is Moscow his slowest city to 44 turn? I mean, he's looking at like roughly a turn 300 culture victory right now. Right around turn 300. But of course, we could see a lot happen between now and then. Same as before, he's pleased with both. Hannibal's pleased with both. Cautious and pleased. So Stalin could declare war. Now, granted, if he's pushing for culture, it's less likely he's pushing to declare war. But it is possible. Hannibal is not going to be able to win by spaceship in 50 turns, though. Like, Stalin's culture will hit before then. Also, Stalin just triggered a golden age, so that would speed this up even more. Moscow and Novgorod are the two. This is 32. Jeez, this is a pretty good capital, by the way. 32 turns. How about Novgorod? 33 turns. Yeah, we're looking at like turn 293. That would be an odd ending to this game that's been so bloody. Stalin just racing out to the cultural ending. Oh well, we'll see. I'm just going to keep clicking through these turns until we find out what happens. Hannibal is actually starting to get ahead in tech, although he's so much smaller, he would have no chance of winning a war. Also, if Stalin were to go to war with either of these two, he'd win by domination pretty freaking fast. He seems content just to keep running the slider, though. Mining ink, that'll give him more culture, too. How much is that? Oh, no, never mind. It's creative construction that's... creative construction is the one that gives culture. Not mining ink. Mining ink is the production one. So the other thing is Stalin's golden age will come to an end, and then his ETA slows down a little bit. It's looking like just, I don't know, like turn 295-ish. It's funny, if you picked Pericles to win, and you picked culture victory because of that, you could be completely wrong, but still get the culture right anyway, because Stalin inexplicably decided when he was 3% away from domination that he wanted to win by culture. Sometimes this game's funny. So Stalin has actually met the land area requirement. He just doesn't have enough population right now to win. That's pretty interesting. So he has the land. Yeah, he has the land area requirement met. He just doesn't have enough population. That's really wild. And he's researching biology, which would give him more food, but he's not going to be able to get there in time. Not before his cultural victory hits. There's a reason they call him Stalin. Yeah, biology for pup. But like I said, it's gonna, if it takes 20 turns to get there, it's not going to matter because his cultural victory will hit before it can arrive. Okay, Ragnar went. Changed up his civics. Look at this poor city, Babylon. Not quite available to flip yet. You know what? And the only reason it's not flipping is because there's like 100 units in this city. Otherwise, it would be ready to flip to Stalin's immense culture. Yeah, he's going to flip something eventually for sure. If he got enough pop from flipping cities. Like, his pop is slowly increasing as a percentage of world population. I don't know if that's going to be enough to trigger domination, though. Ragnar is pretty lucky to be alive. And yes, this is a weird ending to the game, I agree. But sometimes that happens if all the low peace weight civs are the ones still alive, and like they build up a bunch of mutual military struggle. A lot of spying going on. -4 for spying. So let's see just how close we are. St. Petersburg's going to hit first, so it's really Novgorod that's going to trigger. And it's only 17 turns away right now. And this is only 50. Yeah, so we're down to just, like I said, like roughly turn 295-ish. maybe slightly before that. And it looks like that's just going to be the ending here. We're just going to click next turn until the cultural victory hits, with Stalin really, really dominant. Yeah, because he is still not. He's not. I mean, he's made some modest inroads there when it comes to population, but doesn't look like enough. I see all these purple dots on the minimap. I'm like, is that an invasion? But it's like, no, it's just units running around. This city, even though it's 65% Russian, it's not going to culture flip because there's too many units on garrisoning it. This one's 86% Russian, but again, too many units garrisoning it. Doesn't look like it's in any position to flip right now. It's not only a couple percentage. I thought he was like 8% short. Yeah, he's a full... Oh, no, you're right. He only needs 56. He's 52, so he's 4% short. So there's the first legendary city. Like, we're down to like 10 turns left at this point. I mean, the good thing is we can do the turns pretty fast. It's just however long it takes my computer to process them, because there are an awful lot of units and cities on the map right now. But, like, St. Petersburg's already legendary. Moscow is 8 turns away from going legendary, and Novgorod is 10 turns away. So yeah, 10 turns. Like, if nothing happens in 10 turns, it ends because of culture. I guess biology is going to finish first, but... And if we're really curious, Hannibal... And now he's still got a ton of the tech tree to go. I mean, he has pulled ahead of Stalin in tech. Stalin's like a full era behind now. But like I said, it's not really going to matter. And Stalin actually went down 1% there. You would think he would have researched up the broadcast towers, Stalin, because that would have helped. Ragnar attacks Stalin now? I don't think that would be a good idea. Yeah, I don't think any of them are going to declare war. Stalin seems very content just to get his cultural victory here. And the other civs don't appear to be suicidal enough to attack Stalin. These are his 3 legendary cities right here. Moscow, 3 turns. Novgorod, 5 turns. So 294, it looks like. So I was wrong about early versus late. I thought this would be a later game. I thought we'd have more warring leading to a later game. It turned out that the wars were just super decisive. We actually did have a lot of wars. I was mostly right about that. Although I wish I'd gone with 13 yet again, because that would have landed right on the nose. I picked 13 in a lot of these recent weeks, and we hit 15 this week, but that's pretty close. Still, it looks like I'm going to nail number 1, number 2, and... oh wait, did he just revolt? Did he just change his civics? He just lost a turn towards his cultural victory because I think he changed his civics. He just went free market. Okay, buddy. Great. That was a great time to change your civics. So Moscow now... Oh, I guess still has another turn to go legendary. Okay, well, I guess he... Oh, wait, no. Actually, he lost some of his culture here. Oh, because he's not working any tiles. Work your tiles, you moron. Why are you starving this city? Whatever. The AI is really weird sometimes. His population is not going up, so he's not going to win by dominance. All right, there we go. 2 turns. So it's not significantly changing the finish date here, even though weird stuff is going on. This is a very peaceful world. In the end, it's like once they got rid of all the high peace weight leaders, oh, look at that. He missed it by, well, 500 culture, so he did need this extra turn. But all right, turn 296 is going to be it. And Stalin is going to polish this one off with a cultural win. So congrats to those of you who picked the cultural win. You guys nailed it. I thought that it would end in spaceship, which is why I thought it would go longer. But nope. Another relatively early game. Turn 296, cultural victory. I'm just going to jot down the turn 296 before I forget. we've had a nice spread of different victory conditions in this season. We've had 2 cultural, 1 diplomatic, 3 domination, and 2 spaceships. So it's been pretty evenly divided across the different games. Let's look at the replay and see what happened, and then we'll do the scoring after that. All right, so here's our world. It turned out that the fact that there was just slightly more land over here really did end up helping Stalin and Hannibal. All right, the other thing I think helped is Lincoln going east with his expansion. I do think that that ended up helping Stalin a lot. Stalin was able to get a lot of territory peacefully. All right, so the map expands. Egypt was doing really well in the early game. Like, we can't underestimate the fact that Egypt was doing quite well. He really kind of screwed over Pericles by getting, like, where is it? That city. Like, there's no way that Egypt should be getting that city. And at this point, Egypt was doing pretty well. The problem was Egypt attacked Stalin, and that just was a disaster. Okay, so like the Ragnar War on Pericles hurt Pericles. That was a war that hurt both of them, hurt both Ragnar and Pericles. And then this war was a disaster. This backfired horribly. Stalin was just stronger, and he just basically flat out won the 1v1 fight there. And then the other thing that was huge was this one. This, if you had Pericles to win, this just threw the game out of whack. Pericles and Lincoln then spent most of the remainder of their time in this game fighting each other instead of combining together to work against the low piece weight civs. So this really cleared the field for Stalin to just run over at Ramses. And Ramses was the strongest of the high piece weight civs. So once he's gone, at that point, there wasn't much you could do. Ramses is dead. Pericles and Lincoln are at war with each other. And Hammurabi is just super weak. So at this point, it was just the low piece weight civs were going to win, period. Like, it was game over. Yeah, Pericles attacked Lincoln. That just tossed the game. After that happened, there was very little chance for the high piece weight civs to win. Basically none, because you knew what was going to happen next. The low piece weight civs were just going to roll over Lincoln next. And then also apparently attack, where is it? Like these double worded, yeah. Ragnar declares war on Hammurabi. No, not that one. Here we go. Stalin declares war on Lincoln, and Hannibal declares war on Pericles. So then the 2 low piece weight civs that are really strong just roll over and devour the weaker civs. And then they're gone, at which point in time, Stalin is a ridiculous runaway. Hannibal would otherwise be a runaway if it weren't for Stalin, and Hammurabi has no chance. He is clearly next on the chopping block. And it's just a matter of time. There we go, double war declarations. Goodbye. No more green on the map. And that was it. That was the end of the game. Stalin decided he wanted to win a cultural victory, so that was that. He actually had enough territory to win by domination. He just didn't have enough population. The only reason he didn't win. If he'd taken a couple more cities, he would have had enough. Hannibal should have gotten more. You know, if Hannibal had gotten more cities out of Ramses, maybe the game is a little bit closer, and it's not just Stalin running away with the game. But Stalin did take most of those cities. Hannibal only ended up getting 1, and at that point, Stalin was the runaway. I mean, the demos are what you'd expect, right? Stalin was the runaway. Yeah, okay. He wasn't really this far ahead in GMP. It's just he had more multipliers for his culture, and that's why it looked like that. Production, yeah. Food, power. Yeah, you get the point. Stalin was ahead.